Hello, everybody. Welcome back to, I think this is genuinely the final installment of the stream. And I have with me today a guest. Say hello, guest.
Hello. I'm terribly sorry.
Why are you apologizing already? We've only just started. Come on.
What do you want me to say to that?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I feel like I should start apologizing now.
What, like preemptively?
Yeah.
Just get it out the way.
Just get it out the way.
My god.
Please don't take me too seriously, and please note that my tone may it may be showing a little bit of annoyance. It's not annoyance. I am anxiety riddled.
Just anxiety riddled. Just a touch of anxiety, mate. It's no big deal. It's no big deal, mate. Just a little bit, mate. It's no big deal, mate.
Just ever so slightly.
Just a touch, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Anyway, welcome. This is Ruby, and Ruby here is someone I work parallel to. I don't think we've ever really talked properly actually until today.
No,
maybe a brief hello every now and again.
A brief hello whilst we've both been working on the same things, but
Yes.
other than that we haven't really discussed anything.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but this is the opportunity today. This is the opportunity to to talk, to chill, to have a bit of fun, nothing too serious.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And now we shall.
Thank you for having me, I guess.
No worries. I always enjoy having people on, because otherwise I just end up talking to myself and then it just becomes gibberish after a while. It's just like that. That's just what happens. Anyway, we shall now transition over to our little Photoshop screen.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so actually, Ruby was the one who recommended this pose going on here. We were working with like another Renaissance style thing before, but then Ruby sort of introduced this really cool pose for Parker, and I was like, oh, actually, this does kind of rule. I reckon I'm gonna go for that one. But yeah, what do you think about it so far, Ruby?
I like it so far. The colours have got me going slightly, because if I remember, last time I saw this, it was blue.
Yes, so this is actually this is part of my process. So I work with tones. So I kind of just select a random colour and then I work through the tones. And this was actually something I learned. Actually, it's probably something you know quite well as well. But if I'm not too sure about the tones, when I do colours and stuff, of course, this is a great time for that to fail. There we go. I kind of look at how it looks under black and white as well.
Well, here's the thing. I actually start on a grey tone so that I can get perfect clarity for what I want.
Oh my god. You see,
I introduce colours later.
No, I work backwards. I do colours first, and then I'm like, actually. But this isn't like the colour I'm gonna settle with, but I think it could be a good. It could be a good base. It could be a good base. If we do it properly, so.
Poor Parker.
Poor Parker. He's just sitting on a man.
He's not gonna have a good time.
Oh, isn't he now? Do you know things I don't? Do you know things?
I'm gonna insist that I do. And we'll see if anyone believes me on that.
That's fair, yeah. Alright, but now we're gonna... Now that we have all this sort of laid out... let's see... Where did I put Alright, so these will go. Also, we've got your little swords down here.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You got me little swords.
You got your little swords that you sent in. So everything here on this pile has been sent in by viewers. So, like, stuff that I requested, which was, like, vintage, and, like, stuff that could be found in Parker's shop. And stuff that's just interesting, you know? So we got, like, you know, like, sort of like a speakeasy device here. We got a cigar box. We got a jukebox. We got a skeleton chair that was,
Got a bit of trivia for one of them swords, but it's a little bit of trivia, and I wasn't told details.
It's okay. They look quite nice, though, to be fair. They're quite nice against the jukebox that Hulky bought in, so...
Well, one of them is a sword that my grandfather obtained from a German
Obtained.
officer.
Oh, so what you're saying is your grandpa was based?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Levy, oh shit, it's the guy from down the rabbit hole. Hell yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah. It is.
It is.
But yes, let us have a little look. Figure out how we want to tackle this. Now, for this painting in the back, Ruby, you know those, like, seascapes? Like, those British, like, seascapes where it's, like, oil painting, and it's, like, these nice big, like, tufty sand dunes with the seagrass on them, and then it's just, like, the open ocean at the back. I think the tones of this can make Parker really stand out here. And it's, like, a good way to frame him.
Make it into a Turner, an Emin.
Yeah, kind of like a Turner, I reckon. Turner's probably up my alley, like, especially with the softer keys that he does.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah, okay.
Then again, you could do a Nash.
Nash. Oh, I'm not familiar with the Nash, actually. Who is Nash?
Oh, right, hang on, how do I now have to go and find there are... Give me a hot second. I was thinking Frederick Nash.
Frederick Nash. He does sound familiar.
No, wait, not Frederick. Paul Nash.
Paul Nash. Alright. So that's a multiplier. That's what we're gonna do.
Give me a second. I will...
Yes, no worries. I'm gonna see if I can find some good colour. I'm gonna change brush because this is a bad brush for this. This is my emote making brush. I've had good stuff with China marker.
Some of his seafront pictures, I will.
Yes, very good. So I'm thinking like a bit more of a harsh shadow.
There we are.
Good there. Parker seems like the kind of guy to do the Lord Byron standing on a seaside cliff thing. Yeah. Despite him being fucking American, he could do that if he wants.
Probably would do that.
He would do that. No questions. But this is on the beach.
He hits me as the type that would do the pretentious kind of, yes. I am reenacting, I am reliving this moment.
Yeah, no, I'm actually so excited for the other animated episodes to come out. Very excited. Made me so happy. Because I haven't actually been... Like, I've listened to the audio prologues, but I haven't actually, like...
You haven't listened to episode 1?
I haven't listened to episode 1 yet, because I know that it's coming out soon.
You're in for a good time with that one. I worked on the thumbnails for that. I very much enjoyed it.
I always enjoy your thumbnails. They're very pleasant to look at. So, that's a treat in by itself.
I wish they would stop editing them for stupid memes.
Okay, listen, like... listen, I hate the YouTube algorithm, but sometimes you gotta feed it.
Yeah, no, I am kidding. Don't worry. I'm very used to it at this point.
Yes, you're used to submitting to algorithm, yeah.
Please stop putting red circles around my it makes me sad.
Yeah.
I know why it must be done.
We must be the algorithm.
We must be the algorithm.
We must be the algorithm. Oh my god. Speaking of actually, I haven't told you this yet, but I've also been taking a course in digital marketing, and it's been interesting. but some of it's been a little bit depressing.
I stay away from that. I would rather be blind to it.
It's
I understand, but at the same time, it's a case of I don't have the spoons.
That's fair enough, honestly. I kind of started doing it as like a, like skills boot camp.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing it as like part of that because I've been freelance for about 4 years now, and the amount of money I've made like collectively so far is just a bit dismal. I'll be completely
Dippy
real.
spot. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. So I've been like, okay, you know what? Let's try and just build up some other things just to like try and get some more potential and get some more like CV building stuff in, just in case, mate. Ugh. But yeah, no, it is interesting, but it's also like I think the best way I can describe it is when you do like theater or like when you do acting like professionally, you can't really enjoy watching other people act because you're just thinking about the like methods and like how they actually execute it and all this other stuff, right?
I mean, I guess there's some truth to that. I would rail against it slightly because my sister, who does work in theatre and
Mm.
um, as an actor, not
Mm.
just a voice actor,
Oh.
definitely, takes time to watch other people's performances and see how they do it, and then puts her own spin on things that she wants to do in the future.
I think what I mean to say is it's more like work rather than pure relaxation or enjoyment, I
I would
suppose.
say that it's more of an appreciation.
An appreciation, yeah.
Because if you know the workload, if you know how difficult it is to
It
do
is
the thing,
it is
you
difficult, yeah.
appreciate it all the more that someone's capable of it.
Yeah.
It's why I always challenge myself to learn different types of art styles because it helps me appreciate the amount of work that goes behind them.
Yeah, and you have like a crazy amount of art styles from what I've seen on your like Twitter and stuff as well. Like,
I do try to if not emulate, capture something that I like from pieces that I have seen and enjoyed.
mm,
Um, I feel like to settle on one style is basically ego death. You should always be ready to learn and adapt.
I agree. It is definitely like ego death. The problem is like I did illustration as my arts degree, right?
Yep.
So from what I understand, you did game art, right?
I actually did 3D animation and game art, and it was more on the 3D animation than anything else.
Yeah. So the main thing with my illustration course is a lot of the time they were setting us up to become freelance illustrators. Because it was kind of like the course itself had a lot of alumni. There were a lot of connections. There was like a big old like gallery thing at the end of the year that in my year
Yep,
was
I
cancelled due.
remember all that too well.
Yeah, that in my year was cancelled due to COVID, and that
Eh,
sucked.
I'm sorry, that's rough.
Yeah, it was so rough, and I was so excited for it as well. I had all my
I
business cards
managed to
made.
avoid that by 3 years.
Oh, oh, you got out at a good time.
I did get out at a good time. I also got out the worst time
Good
because it
time, but
means
also the worst time.
because it means that I was on the exact changeover where it's a case of yeah, we're now having to change things up exactly because of COVID,
Yeah.
which means we can't hire you. Sorry, and it's like oh. Mm.
Very horrible, horrible decisions all around.
It,
Oh,
it it was horrific. And then I just started working from home and kept working from home, and I've continued to work from home
as did
as a
I.
freelancer.
God, yeah, no. You want to know how I ended up with like a job like during COVID. I literally
Go
just
on.
I literally just went to another country with way stricter COVID restrictions.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I did end up with a job, but we couldn't gather in groups of more than two, so it was very
Uh,
fun.
Thankfully, by the time that COVID ran around, it was Alpha who said, "Hey, actually, do you want to come work for me?" And I sat there for a hot minute thinking about it, and it's just like, I'm not going to get another opportunity like this.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
really. Um, And the companies that I were applying to, and I was applying for so many companies, it was a case of, yeah, but we're kind of toning down on how many people we want in the office. And it's a case of,
Oh,
well,
it's
fuck it.
oh
Okay, all
oh
right, you play your fucking games. I'm gonna go work for this guy.
oh yeah, Ruby. Like, trust me. So basically, like, my whole class like graduated, right? And for a long time, I think it was me and then like two other people like had actual like creative industry jobs out of like a class of like 150
Yeah,
for like
it's
ages.
it's it's rough all round, especially in the creative space.
Yeah, and I will say this as well. One of my besties from uni, right? Um, they ended up moving to Brighton, right? Now Brighton, very creative, very cool, very interesting place to be, to live, to work,
Yep,
all that stuff, right? And you would think it'd be bursting out the ears with bloody creative jobs, you know?
absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's awful because it's a case of, hey, you know the old time joke of, hey, we want new people, but we want you to have like 5 years experience at least. In this case, is that a joke?
Yeah, it's disgusting, but that's not the really disgusting part, Ruby, and I will tell you why.
Oh no.
So my friend ended up, going to job center, going on like universal credit because there was just nothing offering nearby. And
Yeah, I
some
remember
yeah,
that time as well. That was not fun.
yeah, and something was offered by universal credit, which was like an apprenticeship where, if you did it, and basically what would happen is you would be in an industry, right? So you'd be in like quite a broad industry. Maybe you're in the creative industry, maybe you're in the design industry, graphic design, whatever,
Yep.
right? Now, what ended up happening was what's meant to happen is at the end of the month, because you'd have like a month internship with each place, and you just hop from place to place until you found a place that wants you and wants to hire you like part or full time, right? Now, they would be getting like internship salary, right? Or they would not be getting paid at all, and maybe they'd still be getting universal
Unpaid
credit.
internship. Those should be illegal,
They should be
in
illegal,
my
but
opinion.
you want to know what's really messed up? So the job center would basically send these people out into these internship roles with the expectation that they would be hired at the end of the month.
Oh dear.
You want to know what they did?
They just used them and said, yeah, no, they're not what we're looking for by the end of it.
Constantly and
Uh,
consistently. So they would never hire anyone.
it's a case
But
of, oh, we're happy for the work that you've done for us. You're not working for us though.
oh, exactly. Like my friend like did an actual like campaign for one of them, right? And they still didn't end up getting hired. So like they have this like really good portfolio piece where they actually have like a campaign that they did for YouTube and something that would be used on different websites, but they were just not hired. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
so they're good enough to be
it is
actually
abysmal.
like they're good enough for you to use their work, but they're not good enough for you to hire.
It's exploitative, is
It
what it is.
is.
There's
It's so
nothing you can do about
exploitative.
it either, which just makes it all the worse.
It's so bad. And it's actually like one of the main reasons I ended up like looking towards like content creation a bit more and like working for content creators, because honestly they're just a lot more reliable than like the people who actually have proper established businesses, you know what I mean? Like they actually
Uh,
reach out and they're like,
I'm not sure if I'd go that far because there have been people where I've gone, yeah, I'd like to work with you, and then communication breaks down. And you just sit there going, oh, for God's sake.
yeah, I mean, I guess context is important in this
Context is
situation. Yeah,
very
yeah.
important with that. Anyone listening in, please do not take this as advice of, hey, just go and annoy someone that you know makes content to
We are
hire
not
you.
we
It will not work.
we are not employment agents. Please do not take our advice.
I think the ways that both of us have kind of broken into freelancing are also quite different.
I think so too, yeah.
Like I have said, I work for Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
I do not work for Alpha solely. I am not on payroll. I am
Mm-hmm.
still a freelancer technically.
Mm-hmm.
But it was through him that I started getting, a proper portfolio together that I could show other people and say, hey, I've been able to do this. I've been able to do that. Do you want me to do these things for you as well?
Yes.
And that helped me build up, people willing to hire me.
Oh
It's
my.
very nice.
I love being hired and having
Any
money.
anyone who you know who has hired me, thank you. Please keep doing it. I very much appreciate being able to live.
I love being able to live, mate. Love being able to live. Yeah, no, it's just interesting how that works nowadays, like, for sure.
uh, I think maybe I should lean into that slightly. So
Mm-hmm.
I was still in university when I initially reached out to Alpha for TTS.
So you're still in uni.
I was still in uni. I was still doing my 3D animation and game art course.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was a case of I would listen and watch the episodes whilst I was working on awful deadlines. I have a dissertation that I I basically redid in 3 days because I realized that I had practically just verbally vomited on a piece of paper and gone, that's good enough. It wasn't good enough.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Had my dear, poor old mother have to then read my dissertation on horror and video games. She knew nothing about it, but she said my grammar was beautiful, and that's what I'm taking away from this.
Grammar checker mother, let's
Grammar
go.
checking mother, because by that time I couldn't tell which way was up anymore.
God, I remember the dissertation always being the hardest thing.
I hate dissertations. I love to write, but dissertations is one of those things where I wanted to melt on the spot.
I think it's just the amount of academia necessary to, like, make it an actual dissertation, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
you
also
know.
it's a case of they always ask you to do something niche, and if you do something niche, finding references for it is all the rougher.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
I had practically nothing to work with. It was very frustrating.
Oh, what did you end up doing for your dissertation?
Horror and gaming. Basically the psychology and the effects of, what makes a good scare.
Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. Wait a
Oh
minute.
no. No.
No, because I looked at Junji Ito for my dissertation and I don't know if I accidentally did the same thing as you. Like, genuinely.
I didn't use Junji Ito.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't think about that because that's comics.
It is comics.
That's manga.
So, oh, yeah, I was illustration.
I was doing it specifically about video games.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been the same thing, but I was wondering... No, I was doing it on, like, how people, like, consume content now, and I was using Junji Ito because of his, like, page turn. You know, like, how he uses the page turn to build,
He
tension.
It's like a crescendo.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yes, and I remember him being a very major part of my dissertation as a result. And the really funny thing was I remember using a Super Eye Patch Wolf as a reference.
I also use Super Eye Patch Wolf as a reference. I also use Plague of Gripes, would you believe it?
Really?
I
Oh
really
my
did,
God.
because he did like a really fantastic 3 video essay on horror that it blew most things out of the water for me at the time. I'm sad to say he doesn't do that kind of thing anymore.
That sucks.
I think possibly due to the algorithm gods.
Oh,
By the way.
horrible algorithm.
I really, really loved his his video essays on that sort of thing, because it was a case of, hey, so this specific enemy, if you make it look like a spider, sure, that's gonna scare people who are afraid of spiders. But if you can recognize it as such, it's not gonna scare everyone. You need to make it abstract enough that someone goes, "What the fuck is that?"
I hard agree on that. I'm always a fan of the unknown scare rather than the... Because I'll be completely real. I'm still, like, quite afraid of the dark. Like, if I have to walk in the forest in the dark, I am going to be, like, shitting myself the entire time. Because I don't know what's out there. Even though, logically, I do know what's out there. But
we're in the UK. We
Yeah.
don't need to worry about megafauna much. We just need to worry about other people. I would
Yeah.
say that the one means of comfort about that is that if you can't see a light and you don't have a light, they are just as blind as you out there.
That is true, yeah. That is very
And
true.
that is the only way I can comfort someone on that subject.
The comfort of the unknown.
If you're blind, they're blind.
If
It's
you're
good.
blind, they're blind. Flashbang their eyes. Trying to figure out how to shape this man.
This, I would like to point out, this is not an endorsement for walking in the woods at night. Please do
Yeah,
not
do
do this.
not. It's you could break your leg by like tripping over a branch or something really
You could
stupid.
break your leg. You could stumble into something you don't want to stumble into, like hot
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. The
Um,
number one day ruiner for
uh,
people everywhere.
slip on mud after a heavy rain, which is just unpleasant.
Also, doing it blind as well, like in the dark. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. That would just be a jump scare all by itself. So kind of like the
I've just disgusted myself with that image. Thank you.
yeah. This is what we're all about here at S. Elliot Illy's Twitch streams. We're all about disgusting ourselves. That's what we're all about here.
That's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was going back to working for Alpha. It was a case of it was in wanting to pay back, the hours of entertainment after doing ridiculous long logs like that for my university, that I was like, yeah, I'll reach out to this guy.
He seems nice.
He seems nice. He seems down to earth. I'll
Yeah.
just contact him and see if he needs any artists.
Yeah.
And it was a real dumb drawing of Marnus Kalgar that I did for him that got us both chatting. And that's when I started working for him. Little did I know that he would fall right into my trap of allowing me to draw monsters, old men, and old men monsters.
Yes. The three food groups that you need in life.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Someone gets it.
We get it. We get it here.
We get it here.
I also need to remember how Parker's staff was, because I'm beginning to pop in some tones. I think I might go for like the soft pastel look, because I'm quite enjoying it, actually.
Considering how his avatar looks with the swooping teals, the pale whites, and the blinding oranges, I would say that try to stick on those type of... Well, okay, maybe not on those tones, but keep those colors in mind for the staff.
I'm actually gonna be a little bit silly.
Or
also, I think I might be. I think I am streaming my Photoshop screen to you, so you can see it in real time.
aye, that you are.
Yeah. And then. Oh, hang on. Ooh, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. That was accidental. But yeah, look at that nice, like, sort of soft orange. That's more what I'm after, actually.
Yeah, I'd say that the orange is nice.
Yeah, and then if I can sort of...
I am going to point out one thing.
Mm-hmm.
This means that nearly all 4 of your posters have warm color tones.
But does that mean they go together well? I think I made an artboard. Actually, I'm going to make a quick artboard just to compare. We have time for that here. There's no rush.
You have plenty of time.
No rush, you know.
You know how it is. All know how it is.
You know how it is.
You don't got to worry about this sort of thing.
You don't got to worry. It's just chill in it. There we go. No, I think I did put it somewhere around here.
On average, 100 people choke to death on ballpoint pens every year. This never happened back when you used feather quills and parchment. Correct! At the same time, I feel like some dumbass motherfucker out there did probably die on a feather quill or something.
I think we had a little something called the Black Death. I think that was a bit more concerning.
Check how many people have died to quills.
Compare that to the Black Death numbers, and then we'll figure out what's more important. The more important ancient curse.
I know that someone died to falling on their fountain pen.
Ooh, I think that might
that they kept in their breast pocket.
Ooh, those are pointy fucking things. So we do have that. We do have Sybil. And then we have...
Okay, so a lot more people have died to fountain pens and quills.
I mean, they are...
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so one thing I was thinking of, because of Sybil here, with Samson it's a bit more... I'll put that...
And then we've got the Awakening of Bill Morgan, which is definitely your cold palette.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking of is maybe a bit more of like a cold palette, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say even it out by having Parker on a cold one as well.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking...
Having crack open a cold one with Bill.
And also, yeah, because, like, this is definitely very sporty. And then we got this, which is definitely, like, flesh. You know, fleshlands. Makes sense. You could also tell, like, I literally just finished Disco Elysium because I'm doing the...
I can indeed tell that you have been playing Disco Elysium.
I'm like,
how
oh
are you doing with that game, by the way?
Well, I finished my first playthrough.
Oh.
And basically I was a nice person who
Oh, no.
helped the cryptozoologist and beat up the racist. So that was kind of my vibe. That was kind of my vibe for the whole playthrough. I also tried talking to children, but apparently my character's not good at talking to children no matter what I do. But I kind of just...
Well, the children in that game are just plain evil, so don't worry too much about it.
No, I'm not talking about Kuno. Kuno's evil, but I'm talking about the little kids in the village next door.
Oh, yeah, oh.
Yeah, just the little ones, you know?
They don't know any better.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
On average, people fear spiders more than they do death, especially the big hairy one on my dryer that pops up when I change loads. Yikes. I can understand that. I'm getting better with spiders, I find, over the years. I find that if it's millipedes, however, that is far too many legs. Nothing should have that number of legs. Please get it out of my sight.
My philosophy is if you throw it fast enough, they can't hurt you.
I mean, that would imply that I have to pick it up to throw it in the first place.
No, but if you get like a piece of paper or a cup or like a broom...
No, I can't even do that.
I was on spider duty today.
I've seen how quick those little bastards can be. They can crawl up a handle faster than I can throw it.
Yeah, no, I was on spider duty today because we needed to dust down all the windows and stuff. So that was quite interesting. Yeah, I think I handled like 30 spiders today. And there's also this big one that's still hiding in my window. But, you know, he can stay because he gets all the little bugs that try and fly in my window, so, you know.
Well, yeah, like, having a particular house spider, that's fine. I have one. His name's Harold.
A particular house spider.
My sister has one called Agnes.
Ah, Agnes is a lovely name. Yeah, I'm thinking... Okay, I'm liking this. So I think I'll have, like, a majority blue tone. And then I'll do, like, some light, like, peachy orange highlights and stuff. So I think that'll work quite well.
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it, you see it, you understand the vision. Do you understand the vision?
I understand the vision.
You understand the vision, yes.
I would say that it. I wish I could show you because I use Clip Studio Paint the gradient shader.
Yes. Oh,
gradient maps can just help you tilt a color palette in the direction that you want without you even realizing.
That is true. I need to get like better at gradient palettes. It's not the one I'm after, mate. What are you doing?
I mean, if you want a bunch of them, I have so many.
Yeah, I'm just on Photoshop because I've been Stockholm syndromed by university.
I have Clip Studio Paint because otherwise I am poor.
Yeah. I would be a lot richer if I didn't have Adobe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also I'm just so used to it now, it's like, fuck, what do I do? Just kind of getting that gradient in, getting that texture. Because I love the texture, brush texture. Like, I know there are definitely faster ways of doing it, but you know what? Vibing. We're vibing today.
We're vibing, it's fine.
We're vibing. We're chilling. I think what I'm gonna do...
I think
No, not that one.
I only have one comment about this piece, despite the fact that I was the one who suggested that he be on a pile of his own collection. When I said his own collection, I meant like the pile of bodies that is probably going to be under this man by the end of the bloody thing.
Oh, I think that's too meta though.
Is it?
But you want to know what would be even more meta and much more fun later on?
I'm listening.
It's basically the same poster later on, but then you have all like confirmed kills and shit. Like later on, as more episodes get released.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get you.
It's the vision.
Also, I'm gonna tell you right now. I know you're streaming for me on Discord. I'm having to watch the stream one because the one on Discord isn't showing up.
What?
Yeah, you want to see what I'm seeing?
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, that didn't work. What if I do screens?
It's Piscord being Piscord. Ah, there we go.
There we go. Screens worked. There we go. Got a little bit of that. So we got that going. We got any more fun facts, chat? I'm enjoying them. Let's try and change up the brush.
Fun facts.
Fun facts, fun facts.
What would you like fun facts about? I think is more of the question.
Well, you have made it very clear that you know a lot about old men monsters and old men monsters.
What would you like to know?
I don't know, just hit me with a random... Be a Christmas cracker for me, just crack one out, mate.
Man, that's a subject a bit too broad. What?
Okay, UK folklore. Like, you guys must have done a lot of research when it came to...
I can do that.
Yeah,
we have to do a lot.
Yeah, like a lot of research for Hunter the Parenting.
There is so much. It was also a case of a lot of the things that we have. Technically, you can't say are English.
More European, maybe.
We are well. Not even that. It's a case of things like Queen Mab, the Dorset Oozer.
Oh yeah.
They're Celtish.
Ah, I see.
Like a lot of things that we also take are just Norse.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, I guess with like a Swedish production team, it makes sense.
Like we've got a lot of things that are just straight up Welsh, and it's a case of, all right, okay. I think if we pertain those to being British, we're gonna upset someone, so let's not do that.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, at the end of the day...
It's also a case of what folklore appears in World of Darkness, and what can you work into, like, the story, without it becoming a point of contention, like, Black Shark.
Oh, yeah. Like, I know that has definitely been highlighted in some of the...
We have been having big talks about Black Shark.
Yeah, but like he's like a properly British like thing though, from what I understand.
But he's not.
He's not? Oh no, I gaslighted myself again. Damn it. Oh no. Well, so where did he originate?
Well, it's kind of one of those things where he comes out of different things.
Right.
It was a name given to him in East Anglia.
It
is something known about in Norfolk, obviously, where our series takes place.
Yeah.
But the idea of a black dog is not particularly British.
It's very international as a concept.
It's incredibly international as a concept.
You know, like, and also you got like, yeah.
Some people link it back to Norse mythology with Fenrir. Some people just say that it relates back to people just seeing, you know, stray dogs raiding, cemeteries and graveyards because they're starving.
And also that's pretty scary, watching an
And that
animal
is pretty
desecrate
scary,
a
which
grave.
means that then people link that kind of thing back to Argos and Cerberus, and it's the case of, okay, guys, but none of those names are British, and then we get Shuck, and it's a case of, where do you get the name Shuck from?
It's just funny, isn't it? Funny name. For a funny little dog.
It's a funny name for a funny little dog.
But also Argos. Argos.
Argos or Argo? I'm never quite sure.
Mate, I can't believe Argos is an entity. That's crazy.
Here's the thing, like, I joke about it, but I've heard it, like, I am going to take it from Final Fantasy XIV that it is pronounced Argos.
Amazing.
Though I am pretty convinced that it should be Argo.
Yeah, Argo makes sense, but I think it's also because we have been corrupted as British people to think of Argos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another thing that we're taking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
We're claiming this one. We will pronounce it incorrectly deliberately.
Reclaiming Argos for the British. But yeah, like, speaking of, like, I've actually find Hunt of the Parenting quite fascinating because you don't get a lot of media based in, like, East Anglia as much, like, compared to places like, let's say, London, Bristol, Manchester. I mean,
well, they're places that you know, it's a case of, you don't really think about going to the small quiet towns in between, do you?
yeah,
With the rolling hills and the quiet little place. Well, I guess no, we do have it in popular media because we do have things like Midsummer Murders,
and also
where,
like Hot
you know,
Fuzz as
everyone in a
well.
small, the Hot Fuzz, notably.
But like they're more like Cotswold or like Kent, really. It's not like British seaside town. The only other thing I can really think of,
I'd say that people don't see it as being as quintessentially British as the British do.
Yeah, and I think that's fascinating. Like, the fact that that sort of location was tackled by, like, a Swedish production team with, like, a fair amount of, you know, British
so
production
many
members.
of us bastards live I don't. Notably, I am one of the people that lives far more closer to places like London and the like.
Yeah, you're more, like, away from ocean, notably.
Because I live away from them, it's a case of they're kind of idealized by people in my area, which makes it all the funnier, really.
But then again,
because then you talk to people who actually live there, and they're just like, "Yeah, it's a bit shit in it," and I'm sitting there being like,
I want to leave.
Lovely countryside that you can go walk into any fucking time of the day. I'm having to stare out into the street, and I can see my neighbor across the street yelling at his dog. I don't like that. He doesn't like the fact that I can see that. I would rather be anywhere else, and so would he.
Yeah, no, like, I would say, God, I lost my thought, but I think it's like, you know, you can only go walking so often.
Yeah, exactly.
Before it becomes just another thing you can just go and do whenever. Like, I mean, technically I'm right next to, like, some medieval buildings and, you know...
I'm near the Hellfire Caves.
The Hellfire Caves.
Yeah, the Hellfire Caves. I've never been there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, proximity almost makes it more mundane in a way.
It's a case of I can always go another day, so I never do.
Yeah, I'll always go another day, and then you just get distracted, and then it's just gone.
I think that's something that I actually like with World of Darkness, where it's the mundane thing, the thing that you don't think about, that can actually be the most threatening thing to you.
Yes.
Such as, yeah, I don't actually know what's going down in the Hellfire Caves. It could be a coven of vampires for all I fucking know.
Yeah, like almost the, like...
I'm never gonna check.
The invention of something, making the mundane less mundane. like I would love to play like a World of Darkness game, but I'm always just so busy, and I'm also like in a completely different time zone to the people who do want to play.
I make time. Admittedly, actually have a very strict schedule for when I'm playing,
Really,
rather than when I'm working.
really. Oh my god.
You may have noticed that a few of our work colleagues have called me incredibly fast when it comes to work.
Yeah, you are very quick.
Which means that I do have free time, and I do like having free time in the evenings, but it means that I also then have to do something with that free time. So
Yeah.
I have an art club on Mondays, alongside with just playing Stardew with a bunch of mates.
Nice, nice. Love study.
I do MMO raiding on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Nice
I
schedule.
I play Vampire the Masquerade on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
I have Thursday free, as do I have a Saturday free, just in case there's something that pops up and I need to do it then.
Ah, I
And
see.
then I'm hosting D&D Sunday, and that's for the full day, and no one can bother me on that day. You can all fuck off if something's happening.
Yeah, this is your fun day. You're not doing anything
Fun
else.
day.
It's your
I'm not
fun
doing
day.
anything else.
Yeah, that's
So
cool. Like you do have like a lot of like just time to just do stuff that makes you happy, and that's pretty cool.
I I find that if I schedule myself around the fun that I want to have instead of the work that I do have, it is far more enjoyable.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm kind of been struggling a little bit because look, I've been applying to jobs like forever now. Um, and also like I get like really serious just decision paralysis whenever I decide to try and do something because I
No,
don't
I
have a
get
proper
that.
schedule for it yet. But yeah,
Um,
like something's
I
overcome.
find that applying for work and the like, if you're not quite sure what's going to happen in the near immediate future, it gives you decision paralysis on other things that you want to do,
Mm,
and then you have to make the sacrifice of, well, do I just stop applying for things so that I
yeah.
know what my work schedule is for this amount of time, so that I can schedule other things around that.
Mm, mm.
It's a horrible thing,
It is pretty
um,
horrible. Yeah.
but at the same time, it's a necessary thing, I find.
Yeah. Like I've kind of just I will admit like I did kind of lay off it like quite a lot because I was just sick and because I got up to like 600 applications for creative roles and I didn't hear like anything back from anybody like at all.
For the longest time, I just straight up didn't do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
it
really debilitating. Like it feels
when
horrible.
you don't get responses at all, it's just that we have received this, and it's a case of it's a bot, and they're never actually going to respond to you with a proper thing. And it's oh, we'll keep you around for later. No, they don't. You
They
know that.
don't.
I know that.
Yeah.
It's a case of that's a wasted exercise and perpetuality.
Yeah.
And yes, if you think about it, a case of I have signed up for all of these things over and over. I have gone for this job
Mm,
time and
mm.
time again in different places. It's heartbreaking. It makes you just kind of want to croak on the spot because it's just not something that you want for yourself. It bites into your motivation to be who you are
Yeah.
and just rips it out of you.
Genuinely. Like that's basically how it felt. Yeah. Like
Um,
it just
and
sucks as
yeah,
well.
and at the end of the day, as an artist, as a freelance artist, I
Mm,
decided, you know what? I'm probably never going to be able to afford, a house for myself, but an
mm.
apartment I can do.
Yeah.
Um, I'm probably never going to be completely out of student debt. That's fine. Like that's okay. I can manage.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to chase me up for it because I can't afford for them to chase me up for it, and they know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And
And that's just the thing. It's weighing up what you actually what you actually want to do and what you're willing to
yeah, it's what you
sacrifice.
want to do, what you're willing to sacrifice, and I find that I am quite happy with just doing the work that is set before me by the people who have obviously taken time to look at it and are willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just personal commissions, it's a case of, hey, you have appreciated my work better than any of these companies ever fucking have, and thus my loyalty lies here.
Yes,
You want more
exactly.
art, you can have more art.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the way, isn't it? Like, I personally find, like, it's just such a nice relief to be around people who are very creatively minded and they're not crushed by the slog of creative. I'd like to call it creative bureaucracy,
It
I
is creative
suppose.
bureaucracy, and
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, like art isn't a competitive field." It is. It very much is, and the field is getting larger and worse because we have
And more
things like AI. Art. Yeah,
competitive.
it is just we are up against it. It's an uphill climb all the time. It stops being an uphill climb, an uphill climb when you
Mm,
are willing to work with other creators, when you are willing to just take the time out to say, "Hey, I see what you're doing. You see what I'm doing. Let's make it work together."
exactly.
It
Like, it
like
just
it's
feels like the best
why I'm
thing.
quite happy to work with people like Alpha, who it's a case of, yeah, his creative vision and what I have creative visionally, like we differ in so many paths on that.
But it's also like he is a boss that's willing to listen and
Yes,
willing to
exactly.
take on like different ideas and advice, and he's not just gonna plug his ears and be like, "Ooh, you know, oh, but I want it
You
this
do this
way."
because I do this because I'm paying you for this. And it's a case of no, he will take time to listen to what you have to say on the matter.
Yeah.
There have been creative decisions where I've managed to throw something in and he's gone, yeah, we're going to do this, and that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have heard many a time where someone's tried to do that in a more formal setting and has immediately been hit with, okay, but that's not what we want at all. In this case, sometimes that's fine, but if it's happening all the time, I have to ask you, are you happy with that?
Yeah. Also, Fishface Terror just says in chat, it is a relief to have people that can value your trade rather than what marketing says it should be, you know?
Yes, it is exactly that. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
it is a relief. Um, I find that I am frankly more appreciative of those people who are willing to appreciate me.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the main thing. It's
It means
appreciation.
it's appreciation. Corporate art, we tend to joke that it has a rather cold feeling to it,
Oh
and that's because
yeah,
it
like the
isn't. It
Facebook
is,
style.
yeah, it's art made for the sake of art. It's not. No one appreciates it. No one loves it. The artists themselves probably doesn't love it that much. But when you know that it's going to someone who appreciates it, you're willing
Mm.
to put more time in, you're willing to put more effort in, and the result, it's always a clear distinction. You tell when someone loves what they're doing.
Yes.
And that is why no one shows feet on stream.
Beautiful segue. Yeah, no, it is fascinating. Like, honestly, just where we found ourselves at the moment is fascinating. Like
It is
compared to
fascinating.
yeah, like compared to especially what a lot of other creatives have to deal with at the moment. It's interesting.
Um, well, I can actually segue us into this bit a little bit because we were talking about acting earlier.
Yes, go ahead.
My sister, who is doing voice acting on top of everything else, because she needs to pay the bills as well,
Mm.
has had people wanting her voice for voice banks and the like, and for AI, unfortunately, and it's gotten to the point where she has to worry, she has to concern herself with the fact that what is she willing to sell herself for?
Yeah,
Um, because she's still got to make ends meet.
but it's also like
And people can say, "Oh, but you shouldn't do this. You can't do that." Yes, morally standing can't do that. But on a personal level, demanding that everyone does that is harrowing.
yeah, it's like asking the Amazon warehouse worker to not work for Amazon, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a case
Like,
of, "Oh, you should just unionize." It's a case of, "Okay, but if we unionize and they stop paying me, I now can't afford to live."
yeah.
That's horrific.
Yeah,
The
the
fact
kind
that people can do that is actually just But capitalism bad.
It is horrible. It's a symptom of the level of capitalism that it just happens now. It's people get exploited now, and it's fucking sucks. But they're exploited to the point where there are no protections a lot of the time. There's no fallback if you're paycheck to paycheck. The protections that should be
there are not being enforced because people have deep pockets.
Yeah. And that's exactly it.
It's harrowing, it's upsetting, and nobody likes to think about it, nobody likes to talk about it, but someone has to at some point where you just have to ask yourself, hey, what are you willing to put up with today?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It sucks.
And frankly, I would rather be struggling on a budget. I would rather be thinking, oh god, oh fuck, can I make rent this week if I don't get a commission of this particular pricing this month? Than ever go back to retail.
Oh, tell me about it.
I think I'm particularly blessed that, you know, I have an audience that is willing to keep me out of working retail because I did that once and never again.
Yeah, no, I've been through the ringer with retail and hospitality jobs, and every single time I had a job like that, like, I'll be real, I do have autism. I've been diagnosed for it, and what ends up happening every single time I have one of these jobs, even if it's part-time, I end up just on the floor at the end of my shift, just ready to just completely hide away from the world.
We have one of the worst tales about working retail.
Oh my god, please.
You know what the cooperative is.
You work for the co-op?
I did. I worked for the co-op. You want to know what happened on my first day?
What happened on your first day?
This may be a bit much for the audience.
Or was it a theft? Was it a...
It wasn't.
Okay.
This was me coming into the late night shift till close. And working with two other people, one of them being a new manager.
This could be bad.
This is bad, but not for the reason you think.
Oh no.
So, me and the other guy, we can't run the store just by us two.
Yeah.
There has to be a manager at the store.
It's policy, it's the rules, it's fire safety, it's safety, it's OSHA, it's all that other stuff.
It's all those lovely good things.
Mm-hmm.
It is not great that when on your first shift, your manager is how do I I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it that Twitch won't freak out.
As long as you don't call him see you next Tuesday, I think you're alright.
Okay, fair warning to everyone, the next 10 seconds of this sentence are going to be terrible. My new manager, on my first day of the job, was threatening suicide as soon as I came in.
What? Just as soon as you came in?
As soon as I came in.
As soon as you came in?
As soon as I came in, was in floods of tears, having the worst day of their life. Absolute massive, you know, personal breakdown. And you can't really comfort them because you're absolute strangers.
Yeah, what the fuck? Fuck.
And I got flooded in with, I work 60 hours a week. I haven't had time to go out in the sunshine. I haven't seen the sunshine for over a month. And I'm sitting there going, is this my life? Is this what it's going to be like?
I mean, if you walked into that, it's basically like walking into the fifth circle of hell, basically.
I just stood there. Fish Face Terror has put it immediately, the fucking Hulky agony face. That's me.
Agony.
That was me in that instant. I was just staring at this poor person having the worst day of their lives, going, I can't do this, I can't do this, I do this. Calling up the actual manager for the store, the proper manager of the store, and being left on red.
Yeah, God. Oh my god.
And they were the sweetest, like the new manager, sweetest person. Just too soft, too tender for the work.
I mean, that makes sense.
too soft, too tender for the work. Very apologetic to me for, it's a case of, oh, this is your first day on the job and you're seeing me like this. And it's a case of, don't fucking worry about me. I'm worried about you.
Yeah,
Please.
have you called the Samaritans, mate? Are you alright? Damn.
And it was scary. It was absolutely mortifying. And yeah, that was my introduction to retail. Fantastic, wonderful. Don't want to do that again.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like it was actually traumatizing, so yeah, fuck.
It was rough. It certainly did put me off, and I stayed there for like 3 months, I think. No, about 4 months, and I almost picked up smoking because it was that bad.
Oh, God, you usually do that in hospitality, not retail.
You normally do that. Well, here's the thing: in those 4 months, we had constant thefts.
Yeah, no, because
We had constant thefts. We had customers who would fight each other outside the store.
my
We had customers
God,
that would fight each other inside the store. We had people who were just a case of, oh, can we use your bathroom?
and then they just ruin it.
And well, not even that. It's a case of they either ruined it or they would steal things whilst they're out in the back because no one was monitoring them, because we couldn't monitor them because we were always constantly understaffed.
Oh. Yeah, no, like...
Oh, yeah. People, it's a case of, hey, why don't you just do retail to make ends meet? No, never again.
Oh, you wanna know what really sucks as well, Ruby?
Go for it.
Like, the last time I went to Job Center and when I talked to some other creatives about going to Job Center, all of them, like, keep getting recommended, oh, yeah, just, do retail. Do retail. Do warehouse stock checks. Do warehouse stock checks. And it's
I
like...
had that, and it's a case of, I'm sorry, but can I actually do a job that I got a fucking diploma?
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
please? Can you start looking for me for these kinds of jobs?
Can I please do the thing that I've done, that I've sacrificed my life for,
The largest
please?
problem with the job center is that they want you to do jobs that you have already chosen that you're not suited to.
And also the jobs that are in desperate need of, people.
But here's the thing. Jobs that are desperate need of people but don't pay well enough.
Yeah, because, yeah, that's why they don't keep the people, because it's just not paid well enough.
Then they're not appreciated jobs, and thus they are treated like shit. Garbage men should make much more money than they
really should. Can you imagine if garbage men had the same kind of credentials as like a firefighter, like the same kind of like...
I mean, considering the fucking complexities of things that you have to get rid of and how you have to get rid of them, they kind of already fucking do.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't give them any respect is horrific.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Like, genuinely. Do you remember, like, those strikes that happened, like, when the binmen went on strike and how horrible things went to shit in, like, such a short amount of time?
I thankfully was omitted from that because at the time I was living with my folks and we like compost heap, homestead.
Oh,
Fine
nice.
deal.
Nice, that is a fine deal.
I think the only thing that happened to me that I didn't like about that is that I had to throw out tea bags more onto the compost heap, and that is so middle class. That's so like middling. That's not even horrific. Why are you complaining about it? Kinda like business.
Yeah. Same.
Like I can't complain about that. It's silly too.
Yeah, Zigzaroo says, same here. I worked grocery retail a couple of years back for the summer in between semesters, and it was still one of the worst experiences of my life. I was always so drained at the end of the day dealing with so many people on register that I just didn't have the energy to work on and improve on personal art or anything else for that matter. Yeah, that's how I felt as well. I had like a massive dip. Like, I think my most recent job was I used to work for CEX on my local high street, and it was interesting in the sense that there were, a lot of alternative people working there, people that are, like, more my jam. So it wasn't just, like, me, Dave, and Karen.
I work in retail said no well-meaning retail worker. No retail worker, no one who works in retail will tell you to work retail.
Yeah.
They will tell you to work retail if you are fucking desperate.
Yeah.
Everyone who says go work retail is someone who has a very cushy life, I find,
Yeah.
and
No.
tends to be the person who is just rude to retail workers.
Okay, Ruby, I genuinely believe that people need to have like at least like 6 months of
They were
retail
thinking they
experience.
were thinking of making it mandatory here, and
Oh,
I'll be honest, I kind of agree with it.
yeah, because can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Like, shame we can't do that to the older generations, but we can
Yeah.
definitely, I think if we can teach it to the younger ones so that that kind of bullshit doesn't continue to happen, if we can break the cycle of that,
Yeah,
that would be lovely,
break the
actually.
cycle of that. Hell yeah. Yeah, like it would be really nice because my mum, I know that my mum never worked retail.
Yeah.
And she's had some really interesting jobs in her life. Like she was a policewoman in East London. Like she did some
Oh,
interesting
crikey.
jobs. Like, you know, when she went on her gap year, she traveled and she worked at like places here and there. But the places that she would work, it was like they were a bit more like closed off or like country club type things where the people who would go kind of have a bit more of a bit more like patience and like they were a lot more chill than typical high street retail, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So I try and explain to her like what's been
I'd
happening.
say that possibly having job in retail in Norfolk would probably be a lot nicer than it is, and having it in London and the like, where people do not have patience for
Oh,
you.
oh, London. I would never work retail in London.
I feel
Jesus
so bad
Christ.
for anyone who
Can
works
you
retail in
can you
London.
fucking imagine working on Oxford Street?
Funnily enough, I know people who did, and
Oh
they
my
were not
god.
happy.
Oh,
Um,
I would actually perish on the spot.
if anyone wants a wee fucking giggle at the expense of, well, yourself and everyone around them, hey, most of those American candy stores are just money laundering places.
They are, and
That's
it's
where the
actually very
prices
funny.
are. It is the central hub in the world of money laundering. You are welcome.
You wanna know what I find really funny? I find it really funny that every single money laundering spot is an American candy store, and they haven't even bothered to change it.
It's like they don't even hide it anymore. It's one of those. It's not a secret things.
Yeah, it's just
Everyone
out.
knows.
It's just out here
Everyone
now.
knows, and no one cares.
No one cares. Not even the police. There's too many of them. They look at an American candy store and they just sigh.
Man, I've just made myself depressed with that.
You know what? But you know what, Ruby? We're in a really good spot.
We are. I have I'm privileged. I have to admit that I am privileged. Being able to work as an artist is a privilege,
Mm-hmm.
and it is one that I am forever thankful for.
And we have met some absolutely fantastic people to work for, I reckon.
Yeah. No, I love working for Alpha. I worked with Aaron. Well, I worked on Aaronville on some of our projects, but which did fall through in the end, which is a little bit sad. But it's a case of
Yeah, no, I
getting to
did.
work with him on that is because yeah, that was great. That was
Yeah,
fun.
I did hear about that from him actually, and yeah, no, he spoke very highly of you, and I think this was before we said hello and anything. So, yeah, knew about your work
Oh,
before I
I
knew
didn't
you
know that.
properly. Yeah. Fishface Terror says, "Good to know if I ever go to London." Also, never
As
take your
well,
phone.
it's a shame how it went. If I could, I would rework that project for myself.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to pick up that project if I ever get the time. Unfortunately, I'm so busy working on everyone else's stuff, I don't get to.
Yeah, you have your brush in a lot of paintings with Ogre Popenang, don't you?
uh, one could say that. Hey, give me more work. No, I'm not gonna start that. It's a case of I like to keep my options open, and I like to keep myself occupied with many things. It's why I
Mm.
work with VTubers as well.
Yeah.
It's why I do physical crafts. I did soap for the longest time because it was just
Ooh.
for me to do.
I love
And
soap making. I did a little bit of it back in the day, but it was just getting the scented oils that got quite expensive.
the scented oils were quite expensive. I used to buy those in bulk. I think the thing that used to dry me up the wool the most is that it's a case of what price are people willing to pay for this that I can actually make a fucking profit.
Yeah, no, like,
Because Etsy, don't sell on Etsy,
oh
folks.
yeah, that's
Please
going
find
way
anywhere else
downhill.
but Etsy to sell your goods, because if they are physical goods and you have to send them halfway across the world, you're fucked.
Yeah, no profit from Etsy at that point. Yeah.
It helps the brain grow to do new things. I've been trying to learn how to 3D print myself. Yeah, here's the thing. I'd really like to get into 3D printing. I can't afford the printer. It's
Yeah.
really frustrating because there are so many
You know
things
who
that
does
I
have a
had got
printer?
before. Hmm?
You know who does have a printer?
No, I do not. Tell me.
Hulky. Hulky has a
I
3D
might have, I
printer.
might have to just send a message to Hulky later then and be like, hey, so you know how I've made you art and things over the years? Well, perhaps it's time to start paying that back.
Yeah, no, like genuinely, he's so lovely. He would genuinely like just.
I know he would. This is why it is a joke. I'm not going to be
Joking.
pressuring on him for that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say he's lovely. But anyway.
He's lovely.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually going to be visiting him with Erndil come later this year. So that'll be quite fun. I'm going to go to America for 3 months because, like, I would like to go somewhere other than my desk.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I think the furthest that I have gone in the last 3 years. Oh no, actually, no. Tell a lie. I've been to Riga recently. I shouldn't complain too badly.
Oh, where's Riga?
Lithuania.
Ooh, is it nice?
It is nice.
Oh.
It's also pretty inexpensive if anyone's listening.
Mm.
If you are willing to put up with a large amount of sunshine, a lot of pastries, and a lot of beige food, yeah, good.
That sounds right up my alley, to be fair. Do you like a bit of beige?
Well, we've got enough Polish shops around here. You know Polish cuisine. It tends to be quite heavy on pastries and jam.
But also pierogi's quite good. I do like a good pierogi.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, you will love Riga. You will love Lithuania.
Hell yeah.
Because it is basically more of that.
Very good. Yeah, I also need to get out into Europe more.
Also, everything's kind of in walking distance of itself, so it's...
Ah.
Hey, if you want to treat it like a very healthy holiday too, literally everything's in walking distance.
Very good. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of, I was actually chatting with Erndil, because he's actually thinking of visiting England in May, like late May.
I see.
And then we might actually carry on to Sweden and then visit the others up there. And I don't know, I think we might coordinate like some trips around the country because, I don't know when he's able to come over next, you know what I mean?
Also, my name just says, ooh, the poster is looking green.
Thank you! I'm actually really liking how this sort of like this soft yellow tone is working on him at the moment. I'm kind of texturing up the sweater.
With the blue, it's working out very nicely.
Yeah, and it's some mixtures of blues. We've got the dark teal.
I am having a little bit of a giggle though, because where is that rod?
That was intentional, actually. I will let you know that. I need to figure out what the staff actually looks like, but I don't know if anyone's sort of come up with a design for it yet for the animated show.
I mean, I could message Speaker G now and ask.
That would be very funny.
I will ask him now.
Yes.
I think he's alive. I think he's awake.
Yeah, I think yeah, so it's 5 hours for East Coast and then like another 2 hours for Texas. So we should be awake now. It's like 3 p.m.
Not sure how quickly he'll respond, but we'll see.
Listen,
I
by
just
5 p.m.
realized
Texas time.
I've just found. Last time I messaged him, it was one of the stupid MS Paint drawings I'd done for him surrounding goddamn. Shit, I can't remember the name of it.
That one thing, yeah.
That one. The haunted house video, video game that you play with friends. It's not. It begins with P, and I can't fucking. My mind has done a blank
It's
for
not.
stupid
It's
reasons.
definitely not content warning. It's the next
It's not
new.
content. No, it's not. It's not one of the new ones. It's one of the older ones. And my mind is stupid.
Multiplayer game. Is it Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia. I'm
Yeah, there we
fucking
go.
dumb.
Yeah, no, I just remember playing it with him.
Hi, hello, chat. Please, please do not, please do not believe in me for my slow brain.
No, if you believe me, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Actually.
My mind is not stupid. It's just silly. I am incredibly silly, and I am deeply sorry.
No, it's good vibes. It's good vibes. We love like a little bit of silliness
I
here.
am unfortunately one of those people who has two modes, which is silly little guy and righteous fury.
To be fair, we need a bit more righteous fury up in here. It's been too calm.
It's been too calm. It's time to spread a little bit of chaos on the behalf of good.
Yeah,
which,
so silly Max is in the house. Silly Max is
Hey.
in the house.
Silly Maxer's in the house.
Silly Max is in the house.
He's okay, but I needs to be full of making things. I am making so many things right now.
Yes. We're make maxing.
I am actually currently making something too. People may know that I am a big Final Fantasy fan.
Oh.
Final Fantasy recently had a collaboration with Gongcha Boba Tea.
Now, I've been hearing about this from the other Final Fantasy Maxes.
The fucking keychains, man. The fucking keychains that were being stolen by staff and sold on eBay.
Oh my god.
As a result, I don't have one. Neither does my friend. I am fixing the issue. I am making them my fucking self.
You're making them.
I am. Would you like to see?
I would love to. Send me a picture
Okay,
of them right now.
I will send pictures.
Picture.
Wait, hang on. I need to get my phone.
You need to get your phone.
I realized it wasn't next to my computer because I put it away because I didn't want anyone calling me during stream.
That's very professional of you. I give you kudos for that. I myself am trying to work on a commission, but my Apple Pen keeps dying. Just charge it, forehead. Just charge it. It's not that hard. Nah. If you have an adapter for it in the wall outlet, then you can charge it way faster. I know that. It is charged. Wait, it is charged? Is it possible the tip might not be screwed on correctly? Wait, are you working with a first gen Apple Pencil or a second gen Apple Pencil? This is my like my old CEX knowledge coming out. First gen, yeah. Yeah, no, those ones are dog shit. Sorry, but they are. Listen, the way you charge them through your iPad sometimes, it really concerns me, and I hate how it feels like they're gonna snap off and just die instantly. I hate them. Second gen, yeah, pretty good, but also very expensive. But yeah, so... not working. Yeah. So is it like dropping out intermittently, or so like is it just not working period, or does it work and then it just drops out, and then it works and then drops out, and then works and then drops out?
Alright, I have returned, and I have returned with picture. Oh, what's this?
With picture.
With picture. Give me a second.
I'm also, I'm kind of diagnosing, fish face terror's, thing happening to their first gen Apple Pencil.
I beg your pardon?
Okay, so basically fish face terror is doing some art as well, but the Apple Pencil keeps
I'm sorry.
not connecting properly. So I've worked with them before, and also working at CEX, you're very good at like diagnosing people's problems. So I'm
I
tech
have
maxing.
also been told that I have to send you a picture of Spooky. I will send
Ah,
you a picture of Spooky.
spooky.
Spooky, who is a little sausage right now.
Oh, Kibi. Is she the one who you did the drive for? Like,
I'm still technically doing that drive for her. We
oh,
are on our
baby.
7th week of treatment. You can see that she is well loved, very
Yeah,
happy, thriving,
she's a
tubby.
baby.
She has been receiving chicken in order to whenever she takes her bloody pills, because
That's
it's the
very
only way to
good.
make sure that she bloody does it.
She's a very cute kitty.
She's
I'm
so cute.
unfortunately allergic, so I can't ever
Oh
fully
no!
engage with the kitty. Otherwise, I die. Not literally,
Lovely.
just I get a very bad cold like symptom. Also, yeah, look at these. These are sick. I love them. Little boba.
Chat can't see them. I'm sorry, chat. I
Sorry, chat.
can't control that.
You're just gonna have to imagine tiny little baby bubble teas. You know, they're very cute.
Wait. Unless I can, do I have your permission to send image in chat? Image link in chat.
You may, because I trust
Oh,
you.
oh, that's a terrible thing to do.
Is it? I trust a lot of people. Just don't abuse it. Otherwise, you will face the
I
consequences.
will also send the kitty.
Yeah! Oh, hang on. Hang on, before you send that.
It's too late now. I've done it.
Them.
The other one wouldn't be sent because it's too. Damn. Damn.
Yeah, hang on.
It won't let me show the cat.
Let me figure out what to do.
No,
Oh,
you could just post it instead. Just post the link instead.
I could, yeah. That's true. I'll do that. So I'll do a quick bubble tea moment. Huh.
So one may have noticed that when when I can't do something or when I can't have something, I just tend to make it myself. This tends to be a very expensive habit of mine.
I would have thought it's probably a less expensive habit compared to like actually
Uh,
buying the real thing.
Getting the real thing right now, like if I had to buy it off eBay, it's like 50 quid. I'm not doing that. I am trying to show the creature, Cirilla. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll show
I am
creature.
trying.
Also, chat, tell me if the first link works as well. I've showed the bubble tea charms that Ruby's making, and here is the kitty. The kitty. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of going with like a harsher. This is quite a nice green, actually.
She's just a sausage.
She's just a baby.
She is just a baby. She is about a year old.
Oh, she's so baby.
Yeah, I think you can see why I was so willing to do the drive for her, because it was because I'm not letting that little creature go.
And
She
also,
deserves a better chance
yeah.
than what she had.
Also, only a year old. Yeah. It's crazy.
For those not in the know and just listening, my cat unfortunately has been diagnosed with FIP, which is feline infectious peritonitis.
Mm-hmm.
This is unfortunately a fatal condition left untreated. I have been treating her. As you can see, she is a very sausage-shaped creature. She is very happy. She wasn't before. She was incredibly skinny, not too well. She was a rescue cat from Romania.
Yeah.
And its treatment is still illegal in America. Like you have to unfortunately black market that shit. I am fortunately in the UK, so I don't. However, treatment is in the thousands, and thus I am still basically working for nothing right now, just paying for her treatments.
Yeah, but Ruby, aren't your commissions open?
My commissions are indeed open. If you would like to commission me, I would be very happy to accept any commissions coming and going.
If you would like to commission this lovely artist who owns this lovely cat who is in dire need of your help.
We are 7 weeks in. We've got another, 5 weeks to go.
5 weeks to go until she's alright?
Any little amount helps. And I am very thankful to any help that anyone is willing to give.
Yeah.
Please do not commission me if it is outside your means. I understand that life is tough. I understand that not everyone can help. It is okay not to help. But if you could spread the link to someone that you know who can, that would be lovely.
The best thing you can do is to spread the link and also just let everyone know that Ruby does have commissions open.
I look for the com sheet. Com sheet may be harder to find. If anyone is particularly curious, I tend to do full bodies without backgrounds for 80 quid if it's non-commercial.
And commercials up for negotiation just because they're like, you know...
Listen, mate,
like
if you're
licensing.
profiting off my art, I need to profit from it too.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
I also make PNG tubers, and I can make VTuber models. I can't rig one. If you ask me to rig one, I might cry.
But you can make them, and I guess you can get them rigged somewhere else, which is still useful.
Exactly.
Speaking of, actually, I've been thinking of getting into VGen. You know VGen?
I do know VGen. I know people who work on VGen. I personally do not, because I just see it as another social media site that I will forget about.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Rather like Blue Sky. I should use it. I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, like I'm very much like Twitter focused, just because I'm very much like
it. The only reason I'm still on Twitter, the only fucking reason I am still on Twitter is because it drives me absolutely up the wall otherwise.
Really?
It's one of those things where you grow an audience,
Yeah.
and then you have to regrow an audience, and hoping that people will follow you over and over again is just, it's draining, it's exhausting. You know that you're going to lose people. You know those connections are going to be lost.
Yeah, and that's just
so
the thing.
So it's a case of, yes, I'm still on the fucking sinking ship.
Yeah, everyone else is here.
I don't want to be here. I don't enjoy being here, but here is my orchestra, and we will keep playing.
I escaped Twitter, but even though I don't like it, I really, really hate how I can't see fuck all without an account. Yeah, no, it sucks. Like, same thing with Facebook as well. If you don't
want to look at my Twitter, I do have a Tumblr, which I'm sorry to say probably still has the same issue. Twitter makes me angry, but I am like the angry otter. You're the angry otter just circling the ship that as it goes down. I see how it is. I see you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you for still being willing to look, even if it is on that awful hell site.
God, speaking of Tumblr, actually, did you know they're going to do a DashCon 2?
I have heard about that. I'm not quite sure how to feel about it, because now I feel like maybe perhaps with people who are more mature and know better, it will go better.
And also, like, it's just, I think it's just, like, the nostalgia, because I remember I was in the trenches, Ruby. I was in the bloody trenches.
You when was that in thing the trenches, mate?
Yeah, when it was going on. Like, I remember logging into Tumblr and just watching it being live blogged in real time. And I was like, holy shit, what's going on? And I think that was like my first ever, like, internet drama that I was actually clued into.
Actual internet drama that I know of.
What was, like, your first one? The first one being like, well, crazy.
Honestly, I just tend to try and keep my nose out of most things. If I do hear about internet drama, it tends to be through YouTube, and it's because I haven't changed the fucking video and it's on autoplay.
That's fair, yeah. Listen, admittedly,
Whilst working, like, let's face it, video essays are my bread and butter, and they are the only thing keeping me sane.
they are very good. I love them. But I do
An
like a
extra
bit of
hour in the
gossip.
bowl. By all means, please do go for it.
I do love a bit of gossip, you know. Just love a bit of gossip.
Oh, who doesn't like a little bit of gossip?
I do like a bit of gossip, and I feel like internet drama sometimes fills that niche for me, like just a little bit of gossip, even though it's completely removed from me, like in
I'm
every
listening.
single
I'm
way.
listening.
It's it's fascinating. Just the idea of gossip as like a means of communication is crazy, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate gossip enough.
I mean, gossip is how you end up with your video essays and the like, because it's a case of Ayo, I'm sorry to say, H-Bomber Guy's video on plagiarism probably wouldn't have happened without a little bit of gossip, lads.
That is true. That is very true.
And that
And
is one of my favorite fucking videos of the
yes.
year.
God, did you see what happened to James Summerton after that though? Like a year on,
It
almost
was
a year on.
madness. It was
Absolute
absolutely
madness.
insane.
Absolute madness.
It was one of those things where it borders on fictitious comedy.
Mm.
And like, you know, it's true what they say, like real life is always going to be stranger than fiction, and they were right. And
They were correct.
it's a parody of itself, really.
Yeah. Gossips for your soul. Didn't he plagiarize Hole and that's how he found he was still alive? Yeah, he posted Hole on Twitter and people found out that it was him. And they were like,
He was posting that the same day that he was threatening to off himself, so yeah, that
yeah,
makes it all the funnier, in my
yeah,
opinion.
before he did a co-op manager strategy.
Oh
Goddamn.
no, is that what we're gonna call it from now on?
I mean, I bet it's Twitch friendly to call it a co-op manager strategy, but you know
Co-op
exactly.
manager strategy.
But you know exactly what I'm on about, though.
And this is a new niche. This is a new niche saying that
This
you
is a new
can
niche
now
saying.
use and take elsewhere. I'm glad that this awful story will reach others.
I'm glad that the lore will continue.
Oh dear, oh dear. To my former new manager, who ended up not being my manager for too long, I am deeply sorry.
Sorry, this is your
And
legacy
thank
now.
you for being
Sorry.
so nice to me whilst I worked for you.
Oh my god. Where are we? Where are we?
The shot that rang around the world. Oh god. Please do not let this be my magnus opus. Do not let this be my defining moment. My
I'll take that
awful
away.
tales of retail.
The awful tales. Ah, but yeah, gossip's cool. And I will admit, like, sometimes Erndl does tell me off for gossiping a bit too much, but then again, sometimes he gets in on the gossip a little bit, and then I'm like, ha, you're a hypocrite.
I was about to say, hang on a second.
You're a hypocrite.
I remember gossiping with him a lot whilst we were working together.
He's very funny because
Just as guilty as the rest of us.
it's very funny because he does like to pretend that he's a bit above that and that I am the gossiper in the relationship, but as soon as I actually tell
Please
him
leave
about
me
development.
I mean, no, there are some things that should stay gossip-free, of course.
Yeah, like
There are
some
certain
serious
things that I would
issues.
agree should stay out of the public limelight. But, you know, stories that are, like, nearly 10 years in my past, I'm fine with sharing. I don't care.
Yeah, like funny things, things that no longer would affect people, that kind of thing. It makes sense. It makes sense. God, what would I kind of
I'm sorry to
classify?
say that working retail is still hell. Hey, listen to this story from a couple years ago. It was awful.
Yeah, but you
It's
know,
a co-op manager moment.
a co-op manager moment. But I will say, like, I think when enough time has passed that it can no longer really affect the individual too much. Like, as long as it doesn't affect the individual you're gossiping about, unless they deserve it, right? Then it's kind of like its own thing.
I would argue against that on principle of sometimes you get it wrong on the day.
Yeah.
Like, wait until you've got a full picture, please.
Yeah. Waiting until you have a full picture is the most ethical form of gossiping.
Because too much recently have people been ready to spout absolute nonsense as gossip, and it goes so far out of the picture that it just does not. It's not gossip at that point. It's hearsay.
Yeah, and then that's not even gossip, so why even bother? It's not even gossip, mate. It's not
And
nice.
sometimes the picture can be even worse, and we don't even get to talk about that bit. Like, why would you hamstring yourself like that?
Yeah. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
The Horus hearsay. Yes! This
The
is
Horus hearsay.
I like this. The Horus hearsay. Where you're not sure if it's true, not enough evidence has come out, don't say it.
Yeah, to be fair, that whole thing was just gossip, wasn't it? If you really think about it.
If you think about it, the entire thing, Horus heresy started because of hearsay.
Yeah. See, they didn't.
Hearsay and absent father figures.
See, they didn't gossip ethically, and this is where they've ended up. With multiple dead brothers.
Multiple dead brothers, brothers who come back, brothers who should stay dead but come back anyway.
Yeah. I remember getting so into Warhammer and then coming across TTS.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was never really that much into Warhammer.
Really?
Really. It's one of those things where I knew about the codexes because they were one of the things that I grew up with. My father is a Warhammer fan.
Ah, osmosis.
And he was a big orc fan. And I remember reading the codexes that he would get for the Tyranids and the orcs.
Yeah.
And sometimes humans. Sometimes. I didn't find them as interesting.
Very occasionally.
And it was a case of that's, it was one of those things where, okay, I know this bit about the lore, but what else can I learn about it? And that's how I came across TTS one day, because my partner at the time was like, oh, you should look into this series because they'll break it down in such a nice little way for you. And I was like,
oh my
god.
Your partner at the time also introduced you to TTS.
My partner at the time also introduced me to TTS. We are no longer together, but we are still friends.
Same! My ex introduced me to fucking TTS. But we are definitely not friends anymore.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but you know what? I got a brand new boyfriend out of it, so who cares?
Hey, my general kind of thing is the case of it. You should try to stay friends even with your exes. But I know that sometimes for people that's not an option.
Would you like to hear some? Would you like to hear some tea? And I kind of don't really care if this is public now, to be fair, because it's like
I will leave
5
that
years
up
in the
to
past.
your discretion.
Okay.
I'm not going to dig.
So, I was in uni. He was 27, turning 28. I was like 21, 22 at the time. Already kind of a red flag. Didn't see it at the time. Then, as soon as we got together, he immediately lost his job. Started sponging off of me. I started working like jobs to cover rent. But then he would lie to me about getting jobs. Or like getting interviews and stuff. So then it was me, university student, second year, just about to go into third year. Or like going into third year, doing a bit of third year, and then doing my final project and, graduating. Yeah. But during that time, literally, he sponged like £4,500 off of me. Like that was like the final total.
I definitely wouldn't want to be friends with an ex who does that.
Yeah, but the thing was, he would just constantly lie to me. Like, and that's what really got to me in the end, because he would constantly say like, and he would always say this before he had to pay the rent, being like, oh, but I've just gotten an interview. Oh no, I've just gotten a job. Like, oh, like, it's fine, like, once the paycheck comes in, I'll pay you back for this month's rent, and then that month became 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and then it just became just fucking...
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
No,
my reason for breaking up the guy was also to do with lying, but it was more a case of you're willing to lie about inconsequential things to me, which means that you're obviously uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And if we can't have that kind of talk, then this isn't going to work out.
Yeah, anyway, for everyone out there, it's, don't stay with people who are willing to just lie like that. Because it just does not work in the end. It doesn't work.
It will bite you.
It will bite you. It'll make you feel really bad. And then, if they're really nasty people, they will tell you that, it's kind of on you for believing them.
Yeah,
Simple as.
I have known people like that, and I'm very glad that they are no longer in my life.
Yeah, nah, we have really good taste in friends now, actually.
Yeah, I have to say that, as you age, as you mature, it's a case of you will find that you have a better means of distinguishing what kind of friends are for a season and for a...
Yeah, exactly. And that's just it, isn't it? It's all about just
you
finding...
will have friends for a season, and you will have friends for a reason. And it's the ones that with reason that you stick around.
Yeah.
A joke between me and one of my dear friends called Redler is a case of I hope you see me as not just a friend, but as one of God's little tests.
One of God's little tests. That's very good. I might use that one later.
We constantly test each other's patience on very dumb things.
I might actually use that with Erndl later. That's very funny. I'm just one of God's little tests. But, at the end of the day, it wasn't all bad because...
God's little vibe checks! I like that.
That's very good. Just God's little vibe check.
I like to think that my vibes are not so rancid, but there are moments where I know I've gone overboard with how silly I am.
Honestly, you've been pretty alright this whole stream.
Oh, thank you.
It's been good. It's been vibes.
I hope I haven't been too full of indignant rage for the machine and...
What are you talking about, mate? It's indignant rage. You're just being normal.
Righteous indignation!
You're just being mad about normal shit. It's not even that bad.
You think so, but there are some people out there who will get upset at you for this sort of thing.
That is true, but then again, they're cowards.
Having conversations about, everyday normal life in this case of, hey man, you're being too real. No, you need to be able to be real with people. You need to be able to say, hey, actually, I don't like this particular thing. How do you feel about it? Because don't live in an echo chamber. Do not live with people who agree with you all the time. You need to have someone who is willing to tell you, hey, you're being an arse right now.
But also, it's like, if you can't be real with yourself, how in the hell are you going to be real with somebody else?
That's a little bit too close to RuPaul, that is.
I literally plagiarized RuPaul. H-Bomber guy's gonna come after me and you're gonna see me on the next video.
I believe this.
It's healthy to talk about things.
Don't you know RuPaul's problematic? And it's a case of, yeah, okay, problematic.
Yes, he is problematic.
You've got to be able to take things, sometimes, unfortunately, the guy you don't like has a point.
Yeah.
That's why I say, hey, sometimes don't sit in the echo chamber. Make sure that you have someone with you that you don't necessarily agree with.
Oh yeah, that's honestly the healthiest way to live.
That being said, that does not mean look for someone who is openly an adversary of you and hates your guts for just existing.
Yeah,
don't do that.
That's really bad for mental health. I mean, like, the kind of...
That is extremely bad for mental health.
So bad.
Do not sit in the Xbox lobby. It will not help you.
Do not sit in the Xbox lobby of life. Do not sit in it. Do not steep in it.
Do not steep.
Do not steep in the Xbox of life.
Speaking of which, I just realised that I've left this tea bag in this fucking tea and it's awful now.
Oh, you're poisoning yourself.
I'm still drinking it regardless.
Oh my god. How do you make your tea actually, I need to ask?
Not in the microwave, if that's what you're thinking.
No, obviously, you're English. Well, Scottish, but yeah.
I put the tea bag in the mug first. I boil it.
But tea bag in mug.
Water.
Tea bag in mug.
I boil my water. I put that in, and then I put in a little bit of milk.
Good. Yeah, you see, you're not a sugar person.
Once I proper fill this through,
Yeah,
No,
no
I don't do
sugar.
sugar.
Yeah, I'm a sugar person with my tea.
I used to do sugar when I was younger, and
I used
it
to
was a case.
do sugar.
I used to do sugar.
Yeah, I used to do sugar.
And I'll snort it on the occasion. Anyhow, that's not true. Please do not spread lies.
You should totally snort sugar. It'd be so funny.
Oh God, no.
Be so funny, mate.
Do
Trust
you
me.
remember pixie sticks?
Yes! Oh my god. Fucking hell, those are
You forget
wild.
you can use microwave for boiling water. I am not using fucking Chef Mike for my goddamn tea.
Yeah,
The
no.
only time that I will agree that you should use Chef Mike for your tea is if you need to reheat it. And even then, I would say that you should possibly just make yourself a new fucking cup.
Yeah. At that point, it's
Because it
just a
will
bit
never taste
horrible.
the same again. It
It
will
will
be
not.
horrible.
It will not. No.
I say that drinking my cold tea with a bag in it. I do normally take the bag out.
Yes. Or yeah. That's yeah. You should do that. But yeah, no. You know what's really funny, Ruby?
Go on.
When I last went to America, I brought along like a massive 80 bag box of Yorkshire tea.
Oh my god.
Just put in Erndl's house.
I understand. How did he react?
He tried it. He tried it with me because he never really had an English builder's brew before, and he did not like it. He actually doesn't like tea or coffee. He likes hot chocolate.
I think I did have a discussion with him about this once, and he said, yeah, he didn't like tea or coffee.
Yeah.
I understand. What's the vibe on iced teas? I don't like Lipton's.
Lipton's is kind of shit.
I used to when I was younger, but that's you know, child palate. You tend to like sweet things anyway.
Yeah. No.
I do like iced tea. If you're asking me about boba tea, I tend to find it overly sweet. I have to be very careful about that.
Yeah, I have a massive sweet tooth.
It tends to be that I will ask for the lowest amount of sugar possible.
Interesting. I do like a good bubble tea, but I like the traditional black milk tea. With that,
I like black milk tea. I have to admit that I have a weakness for winter melon, which is one of the sweeter ones, unfortunately. Which means that when they ask, "Hey, you know it's going to have this amount of sugar in it," and it's a case of, "Yeah, all right, but please don't add more, or I'll die."
I will say, actually, I did try like a traditional like taro once.
Oh yeah.
So basically, in the traditional taro, it's not like bright, vibrant purple. It's like a light lavender purple almost, and it has like some of the more like starchy bits of taro root in there, and it's nice. It's a nice like sweeter root, but it's definitely not like traditional like. Well, it's not like Western bubble tea sweet. You know what I mean? Because like, actually, Ruby, have I told you I come from Hong Kong originally?
You have not told me this.
Yes, I am originally from Hong Kong. My parents are white, so therefore I am also white. But I have grown up there for quite a long time, and I have gone back there quite a lot as well. Okay. And one of the things we've got over there is traditional bubble tea, but it's called pearl tea because that's the traditional name for it. Let me tell you, Ruby. Massive, like, large gong cha. Guess how much it is?
I dread.
Guess how much it is?
It's either going to be super cheap or stupidly expensive, and I don't like the idea of either.
Huge. Okay, imagine like the big cup size you get, right?
You're going to make me sad, aren't you?
It's £1.80.
So nah. How could you do this to me? I'm hurt. Deeply hurt, actually. How? Why?
Listen, I just love that shit. It's good shit.
I'm not crying. I'm not.
Nah, I honestly, if I told you the prices of like takeout over in Hong Kong, you'd probably cry the whole stream. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and not only that, but despite how small Hong Kong is, you get so many different cuisines. So there's like a place that does exclusively Japanese style curry. Like, for takeaway.
I mean, I could just recommend that you go to Camden Market in
No,
London.
no, but listen, you get the takeaway Japanese curry in Hong Kong. You get a pork cutlet curry with rice. Guess how much it is? £5, mate.
I mean, again, you could go to Camden and get the same, but it would
Not for
probably be a lot better.
£5.
Yeah, you can.
Not for
Where
five.
the fuck are you going in Camden? Where it's more?
What are you talking about? Camden is so gentrified now. You're talking about Camden Market?
It's incredibly gentrified now, yeah, but you can still get food for a decent price there. If you know
I have not seen. That's probably it.
Mug.
You just know where to go. You just
I'm
know where to go.
glad that of all things that still exist there, Cyberdog is still there.
Yeah.
I have a suit from there.
Cyberdog.
I don't know if I can fit into it anymore, but I have one.
God, I remember like going to Cyberdog when I was like 16 and I thought it was the coolest thing. So cool. But yeah, no, look at that menu. Look at that delicious little menu. Also,
why are you making me hungry, man? Why are you doing this?
I was wrong.
What did I do for this? What?
I was wrong. It's not... The most expensive one is £5. You can get a regular for like £4.30.
Yeah, okay, that is cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh
yeah, we also have the Japanese style 7-Eleven in Hong Kong. That's pretty epic. What else do we have, actually? What else do we have? Oh, shit! Oh, shit. Okay. There's a place. There's a place I know.
It'd be like £8 here. I ain't got the right thing.
Yeah, but that's Australian prices, Leah. Just out here raw dogging inflation.
I will go to Hong Kong when I'm not paying off my cat.
Yeah. But I will say
Most expensive cat in Buckinghamshire currently, and she fucking fell off the roof today.
She fell off the roof.
She's fine. She's absolutely fine. But
literally a cat.
It's literally just cat being a cat and driving me nuts whilst being a cat.
Oh my god. Cat moment. Cat moment. Also, I'm just gonna show you, like...
Don Don Donkey.
Yeah, Don Don Donkey. Originally, Japanese company, but they've expanded a lot into Asia. And it's basically
Again, you're now just showing me food and I'm getting hungry. Why are you doing this? Everything's shut.
Japanese...
Do you know what time it is? It's 11:30 at night. I ain't gonna be able to get food like this.
No. Let me ruin you further. Let me ruin you further.
You are a bastard.
Let me ruin you further. Look at the takeaway bowls you can get from Don Don Donkey.
You son of a bitch.
Also, one thing I do miss.
I do see the 49 point. Like, I'm guessing. I don't know what that translates to.
Basically, that's Hong Kong dollars, and basically you move the decimal point up, so that would be £4.90.
God fucking damn it.
And then you also had the sushi.
How could you do this to me?
Listen, and you want to know the really cool part about...
my mistakes. I've nowhere to run.
You want to know the really fun part about Don Don Donkey? They would be open until like 3 AM. So you could go out for the night. You can go to the like bars next door.
I'm biting you.
And then you come in, you grab like a thing.
Biting you.
I'm feeling right mischievous, mate. Right mischievous, aren't I? Oh yeah, they also have an alcohol section, which is very fun. And it's just full of like
as a total teetotaler, that's not for me.
That's true, but also it's like soju and flavored sake.
That does sound nice.
The soju's like... Sort of listen, okay, they had like... Okay, I need to find it because this shit was lethal. WKD had nothing on this. It was crazy.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Peach soju. Where was it? It was like a carton of soju.
I know we can buy soju here, but it's stupidly expensive when we do.
Yeah, no, and also, like, the amount you get, it's just not...
It's not worth it.
So imagine like a giant... So you know there's like... you know like those 2-pint bottles of milk, right? where it's like, it's not like the large one, but it's like that size.
Aye.
Imagine that full of peach shoju, and it's presented in this massive like paper carton with like these really cute like peach designs on the side. Listen, and it's also like 8%.
God damn it.
And I remember sipping it and I was like,
you are doing this to wind me up and it's working.
listen, I miss Hong Kong so much. I'm also sad.
Why the fuck did you come here?
Parents retired. That's why. And also it's
Fair
really
enough.
expensive to live there by yourself.
Also fair.
Yeah, like, honestly...
I have to admit, like, if it weren't for the cat thing, I would be looking to move. I'm looking at rent to buy, and it's a case of, man, I'm gonna have to be willing to go all the way back up north if I want to fucking live.
Yeah, I know, it's getting, like, really nasty. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's frustrating. Hey, housing market in UK, not good, lads. Not good at all.
Yeah, like a wine mum carton? Yes. Yes, like a wine mum carton. But yeah... God, I do miss it so much. I miss Hong Kong in general, man. I miss the food. I miss the food.
That's fair.
There's so many Japanese places that would do it for so cheap. Oh, okay. Before I move on, actually, before I get back to actually doing what I'm streaming for.
Yeah.
Housing market awful. Agrees in Australian. Yeah, Leah. We know you guys are basically going to be homeless in, like, 10 years. All the houses are going to be bought out by BlackRock and, like, Chinese investors, and you're not going to get a house anymore. You're all just going to have to camp in Brisbane. Simple as.
Brisbane night.
Yeah. There's actually, like, a massive, like, Skid Row style homeless, encampment in Brisbane, in Australia. It's getting... Now I own my home, I'm fine. Yeah, Leah, you're, like, one of the lucky ones. But you're also in Bundaberg, so are you really winning? I'm kidding. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, we got some Outer Wilds.
Oh.
We got some Outer Wilds on the playlist right now.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Here we go, besties.
Admittedly, I don't have the stream volume on, so I have been missing out on the music. I have been missing out on cool tunes.
That's fair. I'm gonna show you a website now.
Big sad.
Gonna show you a website.
Oh.
But this is where I would go every Sunday. For my little treat.
Again, you're doing this and you're bullying me.
But look at it though. Look at the, like, that has the puffed tofu. You can get a drink, you can get a side.
God,
you can
Listen,
okay, so
man, the only thing close enough to me, anything like this, is the fucking Japan Center in London. Okay,
oh my God.
why are you bullying me?
Listen, it's I just love it so much.
I have to travel a fucking hour out, and I can't do that at this hour.
It's
you know
it's good shit.
Do you want to know? You want to know the choices I have for cuisine in my area? In my fucking neck of the woods. Right, hang on, let me check. I'm gonna check Deliveroo and see if it's
you need to tell me in numbers how many fish and chip places are right next to you. It'd be very funny.
Fuck! Do I gotta?
Bro, we have like 5 trans people in town, including myself, and none of us know how to find each other without being killed by farmers. Yeah. They're a bit inbred up in Bundaberg. That's why they think trans people are bad.
We've got 15.
15 fish and chip shops?
We've got 15 if I include McDonald's in those numbers and Five Guys.
Oh my God. Five Guys is a bit of a rip-off though.
Yeah,
I will say.
well, no, like okay, so they used to be good. It was a case of you used to get a massive amount of food for a small amount of money, and now it's, you know, a massive amount of food for a large amount of money, which is unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Either way, I'm not eating there. But for the most part, it's peri-peri chicken.
Nando's.
It's fucking Nando's, mate, and
Fucking
Capino's
Nando's.
Pizza. You want a fucking Pizza Express with that, mate? We've got Wickham Best Kebab. Boy, howdy, don't you want one of them?
To be fair, like, it's been a while since I've had one of these, and I kind of miss it.
Unfortunately, McDonald's is literally one of the only things still open at this hour. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's not, McDonald's isn't even worth it anymore, mate.
Oh, I can go to Harvester, can I? No, I can't, because it's fucking shut.
You can steal the bins from Harvester.
Oh.
Find something in there.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Papa John's.
Papa John's Pizza.
Coco de Mama Kitchens. They do nice pasta. It kills me every time to eat it.
Oh.
It's really good pasta. It's a case of, hey, it's so carbohydrate heavy that you will...
You know what?
Your insides will turn to battery acid. Politely.
Politely turn to battery acid. Gonna see if I can...
Your McDonald's doesn't close at 9 p.m. Lucky. The only reason why it doesn't close at 9 p.m. is because the local manager of my local McDonald's is a fucking saint and keeps it open so that the less fortunate folks in our area and the homeless have somewhere warm to stay.
That's sick.
Because
That's
our
good behavior.
local architecture is so fucking hostile, they have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna add something. Gonna add another scene so I can demo.
You are showing me more food again?
Well, I also want to show the stream because they've been staring at Parker just being completely still for like 10 minutes.
Please attack S. Elliot Elias. Please attack them. They are bullying me.
Yeah, there we go.
Actively, they are bullying me with not letting me have food at this hour.
Bullying you.
Bullying me.
Bullying you. Okay, there we go. That should be good. So we're just gonna
That's
transition. There we go. I'm gonna show you some food, guys. So, this chat. This used to be like my #1 place to go, right? Check that out. Look at the product shot.
God fucking damn it.
Look at the product shots, mate. And they have like cute little stores like this where you could pay with your card, kind of like McDonald's.
Livia, don't fall for it. Livia, don't fall for it. We must stay strong together. You'll end up ordering takeaway. Don't do it.
Don't do it. But like, look at these product shots up here. But like, I will say, this is a very traditional, like, so this is Mixian noodles, which are like sort of like a southwest Chinese noodle dish, where it's like rice noodles. So you kind of have this as the base, right? And you have like sour and spicy tomato. Tomato is actually a really popular flavor in Hong Kong.
I'm distressed.
Sichuan spicy, Hunan sour and spicy, pickle pepper and pickles fish, coriander and century egg. So they have very like, but to be fair, my favorite was the clear broth because the clear broth was really, really good. There we go. And then we got all these toppings, right? We got fish tofu, we got tofu puff. Tofu puff, my favorite. I'll get that with the tofu sheet. You also got like some bean sprout, fish ball. What? Fish ball, minced pork, enoki mushroom, ham, pickles. I really like the pickles that they did. It was kind of like a not sweet version of like cucumber pickle almost. It was really nice. Yeah, fried fish slice, beef ball, pork belly, pork liver. So you got like a lot of different kinds of meats. Cuttlefish ball, cuttlefish spring roll. And then I would get them with the chicken wings. I think I would go for the Touffe chicken wings. They were always like my It was so good.
I'm looking away. I can't look.
Cannot stand it.
Can't stand it.
But you also had the funny things like the pork intestines and chili sauce, shredded pork tripe, century egg in Sichuan style.
Never had
ear.
century egg.
I would more use it as like a garnish. Because I've had it before, and it's interesting. But it's definitely more of a garnish type thing. But, oh, the cucumber and special chili sauce. And then you can get your drinks. I have tried the Sprite with salted lime, and basically they put like a preserved salted lime into the Sprite, and
Mm.
that kind of gives it like
We don't have salted limes. We have salted lemons.
let's see. Yeah, so it's a very traditional Chinese thing. So you can see here if it shows up. It's like kind of like shriveled and preserved. It's definitely more like a Hong Kong drink, but it adds like a dang margarita. No, I wouldn't say that. It's more like it adds. It's not like fresh lime. It adds like a slightly sweeter, earthy kind of flavor to it. I don't know.
How to explain it? Shit. So you know how sometimes you can add salt to watermelon and it will taste sweeter, all the sweeter for it? It's kind of
Yeah,
like that, but it then has a rather different aftertaste.
yeah. It's a lot like that. Yeah, I would say that. But yeah, what else did we have? We also had. Ooh.
Stop showing food.
No, I'm showing drinks now.
I'm biting you.
Like, look at that. Like, look at that, chat. Look at this. Doesn't that look just
Brown
scrumptious?
sugar tea.
Doesn't that look
Yes,
scrumptious?
it looks like something that would kill me on sight.
Yeah. But then you'd also get, like...
It tastes amazing. It would still kill me.
Oh yeah, it will, for sure. I'm gonna see if I can... There we go, that's a bit better. But, like... And then there's the gong cha. Like, they're very... Like, it's so competitive over there for bubble tea. Like, you have to be, like, on top of it all the time.
Okay, so here's the thing. So whilst I was looking for, you know, how many places here are still serving food, we have nothing but bubble tea places here. And I've never
Why
gone to
is
any of
that?
them. Because they feel like, you know, oh, it's a new big rush thing that a lot of the youth want. And it's a case of, yeah, they want it. They don't want it at the prices that you're selling them at.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm not prepared to spend £8 on a fucking pint.
Would you like the frozen milk tea with the tiger face on it, Ruby?
I would like none at all. I would like a fucking matcha latte at most, and even then it's a case of, hey, I'll be nice.
Oh, this was the taro one I've been talking about.
Ah, I see.
Like, it's very traditional. Doesn't even have a clear thing. Doesn't care about that, you know. That's crazy. Oh, hang on.
You want to see a cat making the strangest noises?
I would love to.
Give me a sec.
It'd be so epic.
You should send it to Erndl. He would love it.
Ew. Ew.
Sounds like Gallagher.
It literally does. Anyway, we've been distracted long enough, gang. We gotta get back to it.
You gotta get back to work.
We gotta get back to work.
On,
I know. We gotta get back to work, mate. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, we were smudging out that. That was looking pretty good. Gonna add some green here, I reckon. The cat is so cozy in the hand too. Yeah, cozy cat. Cozy little cat.
Cozy little cat.
Cozy little cat. I love that my boyfriend loves cats so much. He's so sweet about them.
Honestly, I think most of the time I heard him telling them off for doing silly things. Nicely, but even so, it was funny.
Yeah.
Is the point I'm trying to make.
It was vanilla.
It is very funny.
Very funny.
Because I know him to be quite serious, and then he just goes into the softest little baby voice with
When a cat shows up. Like, honestly, it's like a guaranteed way to make Arundel feel good. Just send him a cat video.
Yeah, I have been keeping him updated about Spooky because he has been worried.
Oh.
Your boy is sweet.
I know, he's
I
a
hope you
sweetie
appreciate
pie.
him.
I do. Whenever I think about the fact that he's my boyfriend, I just kick my feet a little bit and I go hee hee. Gonna add.
To smite a friend of mine for showing me a fucking sunfish.
Sunfish moment.
I hate these things so much. Oh my god.
Do you hate them because of the lack of
I
brain?
am the sunfish hater. I am
Certified
the number
sunfish hater.
one. I will kill them on sight.
God, I must never take you
Pointless to the
snorkeling.
ecosystem, little fucks.
Yeah, no. Do you know like koalas have the same vibe?
Koalas do indeed have the same vibe.
Mm-hmm. But everyone loves them because they're fluffy.
At the same time, pandas have the same vibe, and no one's ready for that conversation.
Yeah, no one's ready for like panda slander.
I like my only counter argument to this would be, hey, you know what would help with that? You know what would help with that a lot actually? Make it a food. Make it a delicacy, because then people will be breeding that shit.
That is true.
The rich would then breed that shit purely so that they can say they've had the rarest of meats.
They would. They ain't ready for that conversation.
We ain't ready for that conversation.
They ain't ready.
Another way of, helping the fucking panda population get back in order would be to just stop being awful. Stop the deforestation, please. I'm begging.
Yeah.
Always begging.
You know, it's just...
They don't have enough homeland anymore for all of them. They just don't.
It's
they don't have
crazy.
enough reservation sites.
It
Please,
is crazy
we
how
need
that
more.
works. Yeah, just don't deforest. Deforesting is actually really cringe and fail, actually.
It's super cringe and fail. Stop doing the cringe and fail.
God, I remember when deforestation was like a massive thing when I was younger, like when we did the environmentalism stuff.
Yeah, and now as adults, it's a case of it's underplayed and no one wants to talk about it, because if you talk about it, it's a case of, well, but you want your progress, right? You want things to get better, right? And it's a case of, we want things to get better, but not at the cost of this.
Yeah, exactly.
But what am I meant to do about it? I'm just trying to get by on a fucking salary, man.
It's the thing of like when you're a kid, you just know about all these things that happen and how you should prevent them, and then when you become an adult, all that knowledge just gets superseded by, I don't know, the desire to just not starve to death. You know what I mean?
It is unfortunate that, as kids, you are taught to be morally righteous about these things.
Yeah.
You are told that it is good to care about these sort of things. And as an adult, you're just not allowed to. You don't have the time to.
Yeah.
Trying to is immensely unsatisfactory, because it's a case of, yes, I could spend my time on this, but it won't pay my bills. And I need a right to live, apparently.
And you get kind of trapped in that like cycle of, oh.
Hi, being an adult sucks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the people who can afford to do something about it won't.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a millionaire of it, or anyone of that sort, I do automatically hate you, because you don't get that money by being a good person.
It is interesting how that all shakes out.
Fighting.
Fighting me?
Fighting.
Fighting.
In general, the fucking, we're back to the moral indignation part.
Maybe we just automatically
Fight.
gravitate towards that.
Yeah, we sure are talking about things that have nothing to relating to what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, no, let me bring up my list.
God damn.
I think we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, let's go back to the list that you had.
Well, yeah, I asked you a little bit about stuff.
Tell me a little bit about Star.
Mm-hmm.
Take bones? No, do not take bones. We've had a little bit too much of that as of the last couple of years
Too
of
many
people
bones.
selling them.
Too
Don't
many
do that.
bones.
Do not take bones.
I think I actually asked you pretty much all of these questions just indirectly. Anyway.
You did in
I
one way or another, and they're all like
one way,
ways
yeah.
to end up answering them.
This is why we're being all existential now.
Yeah. What is the
Yeah.
word that interests you the most now? If you can say, I draw monsters, old men, and old monster men. Yeah, it's true. It's all I do. Take the bones of the
Yeah.
evil and rich. Yeah, okay, I'll allow that.
We'll allow that.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Crush it down, turn it into bone china.
We got... Okay, I'm liking this brush for shading. Is that kind of like a nice... They'll make him look like a sickly Victorian child. Oh.
He's not so frail, I hope.
He's not. He's got a fairly large hand. I'm just trying to make his sweater not look as... trying to texture it out just a bit.
And again, one of his shoulders was rendered mincemeat.
That is true. Oh, which one was it again? Or can we be a little bit silly? Or will we have people yell at us?
I think people might yell at you. Keep it straight for now. Maybe for later ones, you can start showing the real, truly fucked up shit.
I think that's a good call. See, you're very good at designing. Yes. Actually, no, I have more of a blue.
Fighting.
Biting. Where did that phrase come from, actually? Was it just slowly dispersed through the production team? Like a virus?
Obviously it didn't start with the company. I think it came from before.
But I'm wondering, like, who started it?
Cerelia Melly, if you are a millionaire, I'm sorry, but your bones are now forfeit.
But if they're a millionaire in Australian dollars, it doesn't count.
Oh, truly?
Yeah. Like, Australian money is, like, twice the amount that the pound trades for.
You're on thin fucking ice.
Don't make more money. Yeah, sort of render out those genes a bit more.
I am not. I'm just mean.
Yeah.
I'm literally talking to someone who calls himself rude.
Please, Leah can't even travel to McDonald's to order herself a fucking sandwich. She is not me. One day I will have money though, so just give it some time and then you can hate me. Money. Okay, I'm liking that.
My ire is set on 3 people exactly. You are not one of them.
Mm-hmm. So, do those shoes a bit more. Are we still in Outer Worlds
music? Go to America and pay an extra quarter for every American. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's rough. I can't, like, there is nothing I can say to like, comfort you on that front. That's just rough.
It's interesting. American economy. I'm gonna have to experience it in real life soon. Oh. We're listening to the more melancholy Disco Elysium music now. Very epic.
Very epic.
Maybe that's why I'm bringing up capitalism so much. It's just the Disco Elysium in my ear. Reminding me. But yeah, no, I actually started another run. Alright. and I've decided to go for like a really shit run because Dr. White told me that you could be a fascist.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna try and do a fascist run just to see what happens. I'm doing the evil Undertale run, but in Disco Elysium.
Could never.
Yeah, no, like my hardest goal is to like be mean to Kim, and I don't think I can. I think I might just have to give up.
I could never. I'm a weenie.
Yeah.
I am a weenie who tried to play Dark Urge and then played Dark Urge good.
Oh.
I am
Oh.
bad at being a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah, the Australian dollar is like barely over half of an American dollar. Yeah.
Man, I am sorry.
Going to McDonald's feels expensive over there. More expensive than here. Yeah, kind of getting that like sort of ultramarine vibe. But yeah, no, so I've literally only just started the game, tried to chat up the lady outside my hotel room, and failed that.
Immediately.
Failed that, but also I am extremely excited to start completely misusing Half-Light because I decided to make that like my primary skill.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna suffer the whole time, but it's gonna be funny, I've decided. But I just want to see what they do with the writing, you know, I'm just curious.
I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to ruin anything.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I know. I guess some other people haven't played Disco Elysium, and they need to. Looking at you directly.
Looking at you directly.
Looking at you directly, you should play Disco Elysium. Actually.
Listen, I know the studio went to shit. However, you should play Disco Elysium.
However, you should change your life, play Disco Elysium. Change the trajectory of your actual life.
Feel the beautiful aspects of a beautiful game, even if it's very painful. You know, I think we need that kind of philosophy more.
Yeah.
Because I feel there is a pervasive undertone I find with modern culture that everything has to be somewhat acceptable, palatable.
Hmm.
You can't have suffering.
Hmm.
And to that I have to say why. Life is near Sisyphean in in living it. You
Yeah.
need something that you can relate to, I find, in order for a story to have impacts. And some stories will have more impacts with some people than others. God damn it, I'm gonna do the thing again. I'm gonna bring up fucking Final Fantasy 14 again in this fucking.
You've only mentioned it once, you're allowed
I've
to.
mentioned it now 3 times actually.
I think it's only twice. My brain's registering twice.
I'm going to bring up something contentious, which is that hey, the Endwalker was about remembering what has happened and what will pass, and keeping it close regardless, and being able to memorialize it and remember it kindly. Dawn Trail is about being able to let go.
I'm just sort of going
And
off
a
your
lot of
judgment.
people haven't been enjoying the part where they have to let go.
Yeah. It's...
Or they don't get it. And it's because they have never experienced. Like, honestly, it's one of those things where I'm kind of envious. It kind of means you haven't experienced loss.
Yeah, basically. It's like a lot of people nowadays don't really experience loss like, like you used to, I suppose.
it is kind to remember things better than what they were.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you need to let go of what was there.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. It's never easy. You know, the saying is to err is human, to forgive is divine. You don't need to be divine to forget.
You can just be human and forget.
And sometimes in the, greater sphere of things, it's better to just let go.
Yeah. Shut the
be
fuck
angry,
up, Leah.
You can be hateful, you can go...
Ruby, stop.
I know.
Leah's committed a mortal sin.
I know. You can ban them.
Leah. Can I unban them though? Because I feel like if I permanently banned them as a joke, it'd be too much.
Out.
I could time you out. How do you plead, Leah? Generic smiley face. Generic smiley.
Generic smiley face. Well, hang on a second. Do you have anything that's personalized for you? Not yet.
Not yet. I only just turned in my tax interview today for affiliate, so.
Oh.
I need to wait until they process that so I can access my emote.
Understandable.
Ugh. But you know, I think I read through it. Okay.
Pro me.
You see, I made that emote. You belong to me now.
But no, I think it is something where, if you haven't experienced loss, Dawn Trail will not hit. And hey, if you haven't, like, good on you. Wish that were me. Truly, I feel like I would be happier if I hadn't experienced that.
Yeah, like loss is rough. Loss is rough. Not to be obvious, but you know, doesn't feel very nice.
Sometimes you have to let go.
Yeah.
So fucking do it. I'm shaking you actively. Shaking you by your shoulders, actually. Hey, you remember that grudge against fucking Greg from 15 years ago? Who bullied you when you were, in nursery together? Let it go. Let it go. He's married. He has 3 kids now. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah. But also, you want to know something interesting I heard about, like, specifically when it comes to, like, death and processing death and all that stuff and, like, loss and pain? This very interesting thing that I picked up. It's not so much that you forget about the pain. It's more that the more time that passes, the smaller that pain becomes. Because it's
not necessarily that, that loss got any less painful. It's not smaller, it's just life got bigger around it.
It's more like, I think that's what I meant. It's more like life got bigger around it, so it becomes something that has affected you, but it's not something that defines you. My understanding is that you yourself grow around the pain, yeah.
Cerelia, I am sorry, because that is rough.
Yeah. I do know a bit about that, and yeah. Leah is, frankly, a very, very successful person who has had to deal with a lot in her life, and I am very proud of her.
In this case, hey, Dawn Trail may hit you a bit harder than you want it to. Maybe avoid that one.
Strangely enough, it doesn't bother me that much. But that's more like just how you process it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, life is how you take it, how you process it, how you are willing to put up with it.
How you perceive it.
Okay, let's get a bit real then.
We get real.
So yeah, let's get a little bit real then.
Let's get a bit real.
I have explained that my cat, she is in rough shape, and she would have died if I hadn't done anything about it. I lost my old cat to seizures. She obviously had something wrong, but no one was able to afford it. And whilst we could manage her pain and we could manage the seizures, we could not afford treatment for them. And even if we had been able to, she was a very old cat.
Hmm.
And any surgical procedure that she would have gone through would have probably have killed her. I always felt real rough about that. Which is why this time round, when I have a cat that's under a year old, who is... She's a rescue. She's had it rough. It is obvious that people were not kind to her before I got her. She didn't know what play was. I had a cat toy which was a feather on a stick, and she would look at the stick and only focus on the stick. And you can imply from that what you will. It sure is a case of, hey, I'm pretty sure that someone hit her with a fucking stick.
Yeah.
As a result, it means that I have always been far more willing, and I am far more compelled this time to, no matter the price, make sure that she lives a good life. That she lives in a household where she will be loved, and it's not just for a couple months because, life's dealt her a shit hand with FIP.
Yeah.
Like, if I can extend a few months to a few years, great, wonderful. She will be loved, she will be cared for, and she will live happily. It's it's the rough things in life that will make other things matter with time. If it had been, my old cat, I feel rotten that I wasn't able to give her the same chance. Basically. But being able to give someone who comes after that chance, I don't feel guilt for it. And I feel better for having done it. But I probably would not have held the same if I hadn't gone through the pain of loss in the first place. I probably would have gone, well, damn it, I'm just going through this shit.
It is rough, but
life is rough.
Life
is
rough.
painful. You need to remember that life is painful. If you gentrify and make it so that there is no suffering, you're not happy.
You just don't experience pain.
Lost 3 cats to medical conditions and 5 to my... Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, being able to save 2 of them, being able to give them the best life that you can, that's fantastic. That's wonderful.
It is.
And I know that, the regret of not being able to do it for the other 3 is always going to be there. But it just means that you make it all the better for the ones that live.
Yeah. Exactly. And at the end of the day, that's just how life works.
Life's a bitch and then you die, but you know what? You can die kicking and screaming and making sure that it's better when you leave.
Well, you can die surrounded by people that you love and cherish, whether it be friends and family, whether it be the pets that you own. And you can look back on memories that make you happy. Doesn't have to all be bad. And I know...
literally as you. Pets are good. Pets are sweet.
Pets are good.
You should love them because you're the only good that they will see in the world.
Yeah. God, all this talk is just reminding me that it's been a year since we had to put down the family dog.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had her in the family ever since I was 11. And I'm 26 now.
That's an old damn dog!
Yeah, she lasted 15 years. She went on for a very long time, and then one day, she started deteriorating for like a good 3 years. And then one day she just wasn't eating as much, and yeah. We gave her a good last day, and then we took her to the vet. And that's all she wrote. Because if I talk about
Pat
if,
your pet. Of
if
course
I
you should pat your pet.
pat your pets, but if I do talk
your
about it
cat.
anymore, I will cry because that
I'm
was definitely
sorry.
one of the saddest moments of my life. But again, if you approach me about that sort of thing, you know,
It's important.
yeah, it's important. It's important to have that kind of pain. You shouldn't go out of your way to inflict that pain upon you, but
You shouldn't go out of your way to inflict that pain on others or yourself. At the same time, it is a case of, you know,
it's one of those
existence is
things.
painful, but
Yeah,
it's also what makes it worth living.
it
Because it
is.
means that you've lived well if you are able to experience, you know, love and loss.
Now, this is going to sound really off topic, but have you ever played Animal Crossing Wild World?
Unfortunately not. I played fucking New Leaf and New Horizons,
Okay.
which are near empty copies of it, so...
I will say, there was this one part in the game that really helped my perception of stuff. And specifically what we're talking about, and I do have a point, I promise. It's when you don't save, and Ralzetti comes up and scolds you. And if you don't save enough times, he comes up and he asks if everything's alright. So instead of being like, ah, rah, 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 why didn't you bloody save, you fucking idiot, you know, instead of being like that, he's like, are you okay? Like, have you not been getting the result you wanted? Da 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 da. And then he says something very, and this was me like absorbing it as like a 12-year-old child, right? Playing it on my fucking DS after school. He says, you know, the thing about life is you kind of got to go through all the tough times. You can't just not go through the tough times. You can't just skip over saving, you know, the tough times. You got to experience the tough times so that life feels sweeter. And that it is sweeter and that you enjoy it more. That you become grateful for the things that do happen in your life because you have gone through the tough times. And I don't know, hearing that as a 12-year-old, I was like, fuck. Goddamn.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It has marked you at a, you know, a provincial moment of your life
Mm-hmm.
where you needed to hear that. And you've retained it and you've learned from it. Hey, we're now just looping back around to what I was discussing before, which is that we don't need the bastardization. We do not need the wish fulfillment that everything is happy constantly.
Yeah, and
because
I agree.
If everything is happy constantly, you don't know how to deal with the hard times.
Yeah.
And those hard times will need those good times to make them matter. Because if you are just dragging through shit constantly, you're not gonna find anything.
You're not. Like, seriously. I don't know, dude. Like, we've just gotten super deep.
I'm sorry. I am notably a very depressing person.
We're just out here being super real on twitch.com.
For real.
For real.
I'm sorry.
By the way,
Dan, do you want me to fill you in on the fucking nonsense that I will come up with at a fucking whim?
Oh my god, depressing? Me too, says
Oh my
Leah.
god, depressing? Me too.
Anyway, we're over depressing. You're enjoying it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Would you like something silly? Would you like something different?
I think we need to rein it back just a touch.
Shall I rein it back? Shall I rein it back with something completely unrelated that I can just go on about for hours?
That'd be very funny.
Alright. IDW Starscream.
Transform. What is it with like?
No, IDW Starscream is a trans allegory. Fight me.
Okay. I'm listening because I have no fucking idea about Transformers.
So I know I've already made someone very confused about this. Megatron? No, this doesn't have anything to do with Megatron, but you could put Megatron down as a type of abuse.
We out here
Uh,
talking about Transformers allegories.
we are not going to start talking about why the Transformers are hot. Please.
Listen, we'll save that
In the
for
French
whenever.
translation, I think he was a lady in heaven voiced by a lady. I don't know. You want to know why I am making this argument is purely from the comics, and it is the Windblade comics. So, allow me to set the context. Allow me to set the scene. Cybertron is back. Starscream's unfortunately in charge of it. Unfortunately for some, he's actually quite good at his job. It's just a case of he is very much a self-sabotaging kind. And he is self-sabotaging because he lives in constant fear from the abuse of Megatron.
Ooh.
That's not the part that we are going to discuss today. So let's put it this way. He has gone into a mental breakdown coma because he is being mentally attacked by someone who wants to make sure that he suffers. Part of his suffering comes from the fact that Transformers come in two states of being, which is that some are cold constructed and others are forged.
Okay, I think I'm following. Yeah.
Okay, so forged Transformers are basically born from the ground itself. That is how they were. That is how they are always meant to be. They have a central unit called a spark, which a body forms around.
Okay, I've heard of the spark a little bit from.
Now, what do you think cold construction implies?
Okay, cold construction. So I'm guessing no spark. No spark involved, or
no, different, worse. Sparks taken from the ground and put into pre-made bodies.
Oh.
Starscream.
Oh.
Starscream is cold constructed. He is not forged.
Oh. Huh.
So hey, imagine living life in a body that you weren't meant to ever have, purely for a war effort that you never wanted to be a part of.
Okay, I see where the trans allegory is coming in. I see. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
This is only in the IDW continuity. Unfortunately, they no longer do it.
Oh.
But I would recommend that you go read those comics because there is some beautiful messages to be taken out of those books. They are fantastic comics.
Leah says, "Oh no."
Oh no! Yeah, it definitely is. Oh no. Actually, I have to say, one of the things that I really wanted to see, and it never fucking happened, it really fucking frustrates me, is that during that continuity of comics, with Starscream having, actual self-actualization and purpose, and no Megatron looming over his back to make him do awful things. He is a competent leader. He is a good guy. It's just a case of he worked for a shitty boss.
The shitty boss traumatized him. No.
Meanwhile, his shitty boss is halfway across the universe having his own kind of, oh shit, I may have fucked up moment. Oh shit, I may have been worse than the people that I was trying to beat kind of fucked up because, news flash to anyone, he was actually kind of in the right for the longest time.
Oh my god.
Megatron was a slave class.
Oh, wait, they have classes in
They had a
Transformers?
class system. The class system went away because Megatron started a fucking war.
Holy shit.
If you look at it from that perspective, Megatron's the good guy. It's just everything that came after the initial 100 years of it went to shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Trauma, guys. And he pushed that shit on Starscream.
Holy shit. Optimus
Here's the thing. He wasn't for the status quo. But we could say that you could put him on the same line as conservatism, which is,
oh my god,
we can't do this because it's violent. It wouldn't be nice. You're just going to go on the same level as them. And it's a case of your middling means that bad things can persist.
Oh my
Thanks.
god.
You want to know? I can make this even worse.
Oh my god.
I can
Like,
make this even
I'm in trance. I did.
You wish
Listen,
for more
listen.
entrance?
I need
You
to
wish,
listen. I need
you
to
wish for more
clarify something.
suffering?
My
Yeah.
my entire knowledge of Transformers is basically 3.5 Michael Bay movies, and that's it.
I'm so fucking sorry. Those films are dog shit, and any Transformers fan will tell you the same.
Oh my
Make Cybertron great again? Fucking no. You want me to fill it in on the fucking Optimus Prime's, what should have been a realization but wasn't, and is actually really frustrating.
Okay, lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Okay, there is another Decepticon of Megatron's faction called Shockwave.
Okay, that sounds cool. What do they do?
Shockwave, who is this logical machine, this cyclopic creature that works on pure logic, does not have a heart, does not have feelings, doesn't want feelings.
Okay, okay, okay.
He wasn't always like that.
Oh.
He was a senator. He was a senator trying to make things better, and he was Optimus's friend.
Oh my god, they were friends!
They were friends, and unfortunately for him, the people around him didn't want him changing the status quo. So what did they do? They did a system called Imperator. Imperator, which removed his facilities for emotion, removed his face, removed his hands.
They fucking lobotomized him.
They
No.
lobotomized him and turned him into a pure calculating machine.
That sucks. Oh my god.
That sucks. And it's a case of, hey, yo, Optimus, you let these guys do this to your fucking friend. What the fuck?
By the way, I will give you like one
Oh shit,
thing.
they did that to Shockwave? Yeah, that is what happened to Shockwave. Shockwave
That is what
wasn't
happened to
always like
Shockwave.
that.
I will say this actually. So
I can rattle on about Transformers lore until the cows come home.
no,
You're welcome.
But you know, oh god, what was that new game that's coming out?
Go read the fucking comics.
Is it
This is one of my hyperfixations. I have many more.
Hang on. Where is it? Oh yeah. So you know, Transformers Reactivate.
I am listening.
I know someone who's doing the concept art for it, or has done the concept art for it.
Oh,
Yeah, and I will say, I did sign an NDA because I went to go visit his where he works, and in order to actually get in, you do need to sign an NDA. So, all I can say is that I do have knowledge of things.
You have knowledge.
And I think you might like Reactivate if they continue down the path they're going down with development. Are you okay?
I'm listening.
I can't say anything else.
I'm listening.
I can't say anything else.
You've caught me.
I can't say anything else. I'm sorry. Anything else and I'd be violating the NDA.
Understandable.
Yeah. But I think you'd be interested. I think you'd be interested, yes.
I will take an interest.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me.
No worries.
Be sure to keep that on a list somewhere.
Amongst
Numerous others.
Amongst numerous others.
Listen, man, I've got a lot going on.
But yeah, have you got any more parallels to give me?
Any more parallels?
Any more parallels?
Well, oh, I'm not sure. This one's a rough one. This one's a bit of a doozy.
A bit of a doozy, you say?
This one's a bit of a doozy.
Hey,
what if I told you that RC was forced feminization in the comics?
Chat, what does Ruby mean by this? Chat. What does Ruby mean by this? I need reactions from the real Transformers gang in chat right now. Oh, fair
Fucking
dinkum to you,
tea,
mate. Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Hey,
Fair dinkum
mate.
to you too, mate. Taylor.
You
Speak.
you want me to fucking fill you in more on that one? I thought it was the reverse. Nah. So IDW has it. The RC it was a case of femme and femmix weren't really a thing for the longest time.
Yeah, because they were cowards.
Because they were cowards. Cowards. And you know, the real reason is a case of we want to try and appeal to girls, so let's make the girliest thing ever, and it's kind of no one wants that one because it's a nurse. It's forced into a feminine role.
Yeah, it was a little bit silly, you know.
RC in the comics is an assassin, and more to the point, a very bloodthirsty one. Not nice person. And she's like this because she was put through shockwaves, kind of punishment of, yeah, I'm gonna put you into a body that you don't like because we've got to experiment with this kind of frame for people now. And yeah,
I'm sorry, you get
that's it.
titties now.
It is essentially, you know how Turing was treated?
Oh my god.
It's essentially that.
Oh my god.
RC did not take that well.
The Turing Transformers comparison. It's
It is
happened.
the Turing Transformers comparison, and I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
This is only in this continuity. Like, it could be that she didn't care much or know about genders in other iterations of the character. You got to remember that depending on, who was writing at the time, reasons change.
Among Us. Hello,
Among Us.
baby. I'm letting
Hello,
Ruby talk about.
hello.
I'm letting Ruby talk about Among Us. Among Us
They're letting
Transformer.
letting me fucking hyperfixate on things that don't matter.
Yeah, it turns out a lot of the chat like Transformers, so I'm just allowing
Yay.
it. I'm just letting it roll. It's also me making up for bullying Ruby earlier for showing them really
You
lovely
just
food.
immense amounts of food that I can't have, which is
Yeah.
just not fair.
Yeah, I showed them Hong Kong takeout culture and they're mad.
Desperately upset.
Desperately upset.
Like, honestly, that was one of the meanest things that someone's done to me in a while. Why did you do this?
I miss those noodles so much!
Like, you're a bastard.
Listen, if I suffer, you suffer. It's just the rules, isn't it?
No!
Yes.
Why is that the rules?
Life, suffering, and pain. Remember?
Ah!
Come
Like
to
suffering
America.
and pain, and I will never have that kind of food. So
Come to
I will
America.
continue to suffer. Thanks!
Erndil says, come to America. I am.
Is it for the Amish buffet?
Visit the Amish buffet. Actually,
I am... Okay, tell me more about this Amish buffet.
so, first of all, it's huge.
Oh no.
Second of all, it's a mixture of like American and Dutch American style cooking, which is like interesting. And you know what? We're gonna transition actually. Hang on. Okay, so we're gonna switch over.
I'm intrigued and horrified. Amish buffet, you have murdered your computer.
I have.
Well done.
Look, we fucking
I
died.
think this is the way of your computer saying, "Hey, stop torturing Ruby with food they can't eat."
Maybe this is it. Hang on, did it fucking crash again? Let's find out. Ah. Well, my character stopped. I'm just gonna transition back to my thing here. I'm gonna do that.
Well, now we've got the infinite loop happening.
Yeah.
We've got to stop this immediately.
Yeah, don't worry, it's on its
we're
way.
in trouble.
Gonna turn off the music because I think that might also be an issue. Gonna, we can't look at the Dutch buffet. Can't do it.
Are we still
Banned.
here?
I'm just gonna see.
We live? She's frozen? Oh, no.
I'm frozen.
I am also frozen.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen. But they can hear me. I need to close that
They
one
can
too.
hear you, so that works.
I'm gonna disappear for a hot second. Hang on.
Oh no. I'm being abandoned. No, don't do this to me.
No. Gonna get Thanos snapped.
Oh no. I'm here by myself now. It's awful. Oh no, what's that disembodied voice? That's even worse.
Ooh. Ooh.
What's this?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to step out.
Where are you?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm just arriving. Yeah, and then there's my tablet. Whoa.
Well,
There we go. Epic.
you need your tablet back.
There's my tablet. I got it back. It's all good, mate. It's all good. It's all good, mate.
It's all good, mate.
So I don't think we can look at I don't think we can look at the buffet. So I don't think we can do that, guys. Sorry. Arundel, can you use your writing skills to describe the Amish buffet to us, please? I mean, it's your job, literally. So like, just do it, please.
Tell you what, I will look up the Amish buffet.
Amish. The Amish buffet.
The Amish buffet, because if I don't do it, I'm sure
The curiosity is gonna kill you.
the curiosity. Oh my god, what the fuck? This doesn't look very Amish to me at all.
Yeah.
This looks very convenient, actually.
Yeah. But it's run by Amish people. How about you invite me to stream and I'll do it? You know what?
There's a lot of beige here.
Shall we get him in?
Shall we get him in?
Shall we get him in?
I think we should get him in.
I think we should get him in. Yeah. Yeah. I think we should get him in.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. Just accept my friend request and I'll be able to.
I did.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going, Ernie?
It's been a day, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm here to talk about Shady Maple Smorgasbord.
Understandable. Please do continue.
Yes.
It is, however, extremely telling that when I look up Shady Maple Buffet Lancaster, I get Shady Maple Buffet Lancaster menu, Pennsylvania, gastric bypass. Okay, apparently this is a deal that the Shady Maple Buffet in Lancaster offers, which is if you have photo ID and a gastric bypass card, you get 50% off the smorgasbord.
Why the hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Isn't the point of the gastric bypass so that you don't eat as much?
That's the joke. Yeah,
Yep.
Shady Maple is officially, as far as I'm aware, the largest buffet in the USA.
It's kind of terrifying looking at all these pictures, I've got to say.
I was very intimidated.
Me and Sophie and a number of friends and family went there, and we explored half of the available buffet.
And we had 3 plates.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
Because they had all kinds of, again, very brown American fried and such food, but they also had roasted turkey, roasted beef, steaks to order, burgers to order.
It looks amazing, but it sure is a case of, man. Oh God.
Bless you.
Like that's you feed an elephant and kill it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, here's the fun thing about that entire trip, because if we had just eaten like an enormous amount and then felt very sick, by the way, Sophie fucking accidentally like slapped me in the groin on the way out of the restaurant. And it was very funny because I was struggling to hold myself together afterwards.
Oh, don't tell them my secret.
He's never gonna forgive you.
He doesn't forgive me for a lot.
Ruby, here's the funny thing. I did immediately forgive her for that because we went to go to our car, and we discovered that somewhere along the road, my front right tire had gone flat,
Oh.
Completely
and the
flat.
roads were icy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we had to dismount in like approaching like 20-degree weather, dismount the flat, throw it in the back of the trunk, pull out the little Mickey Mouse tire, put that on there. In the middle of this cold weather, we had to take turns because it was so exhausting doing that
And we
on
were
such a
full. And
full
we were
stomach.
cold. And it was pretty
Yeah.
cold. And I had to use you like a hot water bottle by like
Yeah.
putting my arms in your jacket.
Yeah, it was great. It was honestly, it was a miserable experience, but it was a great time. But Shady Maple was definitely fascinating. Were it not for the fact that a single person is effectively like $50 for like for like if you want to join the thing, it's like what's the pricing actually? Because my mother gave me a $100 like gift card for me and Sophie, and we ended up not using all of it, so I don't actually know how much Shady Maple buffet.
It was definitely an experience. Like because I was telling you earlier about how I had a sweet tooth.
Aye.
I was
We were just indeed discussing boba tea and how awfully sweet it is.
and I was like, what are you talking about? I love it.
Oh, okay. So depending on the night you go, because they have different menus available during the week. They have steak night, seafood night, prime rib night, wing and rib night, grand menu, and larger grand menu on Saturday.
I
Larger
admit
grand
it
menu.
looks and sounds amazing. I can't say anything for the quality of the food, but it looks good.
It was pretty good.
Here's the annoying thing. It actually was not skimping on the quality. Like if you were to go to some like shithole like Golden Corral. Sorry for getting your stream demonetized by Golden
Oh
Corral.
damn!
Can never have Golden
But
Corral as a
like
sponsor.
It's alright. I've already probably gotten this stream fucking taken down several times.
Don't worry, like Sophie. When we're here, we're gonna go for the breakfast part of Golden Corral because that's honestly the only good part about Golden Corral.
Okay, I do miss American breakfast very, very much. You know this, babe, but Ruby,
Breakfast buffet.
I cannot stress enough. I do miss American breakfast. Our breakfast is listen. We got full English. We got full English. We got
full English.
We got,
I
we
don't
got
know
good
many
bread.
people who have a full English. I don't.
Yeah, but like
But
it's a treat.
Here's the thing, Ruby. Our regular meal plates tend to look like full Englishes almost on accident.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
So
how you should feel
Many
about it
bucket
is you should come
balls.
to America so we can give you a giant pile of food and then you can be like, please.
I have been to America once. Unfortunately, it was New England.
Okay, well, don't do that for one.
Well, don't do that. Forehead.
Like Maryland is very approachable. Like genuinely, it's very approachable. You can come at it, and it's just a lovely little state. They really had a hard time determining which side of the Mason-Dixon line they wanted to be on, but you know, they figured it out eventually.
Yeah, no, Maryland's quite nice. I do like Maryland.
Yeah, it was a really funny experience driving home, having that little Mickey Mouse tire skid on the ice as we had to go down a highway.
Yeah.
And we had to drive all the way back after both of us were exhausted and having to stop a couple times to tighten the
tire. Yeah.
tighten up the tire and make sure that it was not gonna spin off of us like Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Steve McQueen.
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah, that guy.
Peter.
God, that was funny though. It was funny in the end. I was shitting myself, especially on the icier back roads when we were passing all those farms.
Yeah.
But I was alright in the end.
It was a little spooky. It's a lot scarier for the driver to lose control.
Mm-hmm. Did I?
They also do breakfast.
Admittedly,
buffets.
as someone who does not drive, I am a little bit wary about traveling America, considering how hostile it seems to be towards public transport.
Well, yeah, that's why you go there and hang out with someone who has a driver's license and a car.
Yeah, that's what I do. Just find
Fair
one.
enough.
Everyone has one.
See, the trick to not having public transport is to have private transport, and if you have that, you're basically okay.
Just drive, forehead. Simple. But to be fair,
Look,
the
me and Sophie are about to have like a 7 hour drive up to fucking Rochester when she gets here. This will be fun.
yeah, it's gonna be very, very funny.
And then we get to have the 7 hour drive back. But you know what? It's going to be a damn sight better than taking the Amtrak up and then taking a bus.
Yeah, last time I was like, oh, let's use public transport because I was severely underestimating the actual fucking
Low quality.
how low quality the public transport was. I suffered on the bus. Okay, Ruby,
Yeah.
going on Amtrak made me so appreciative of the trains we have here. Our shitty little dirty trains.
I'm fine with our trains here. Like
Our trains are great. I love our
our trains
trains.
are great. I like our train system.
But going
It's filthy, sure, but it's efficient.
but it
unlike
is
our bus system.
home. But
Our buses are awful. Do not use a bus in England. You will regret it.
to be fair, like going on a bus and going on a train in America made me more appreciative of both.
Yeah, I could see that.
Even the buses, I was like, oh, I miss my English bus. I miss my little English buses with my reliable
we got to
timetables.
drive from New York City to fucking Buffalo, and it was a long goddamn trip just to go from New York City to Buffalo, which is
Yeah,
honestly hilarious because it's the same state, but because it's a bus and it has to take a circuitous psycho route to get there. It's
psycho
like,
route's a
oh,
good way to put it.
it's like, okay, I guess we're gonna be spending the same amount of time no matter what.
Yeah,
Because
because I checked trains.
I wasn't about to make that schlep all the way up there in my beat up little Ion, which is really only good for like maybe hour or two drives at most.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna have to rent a car in order to go up north that far away, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fun. It'll be funny.
The point is that American public transit is simultaneously, if you're doing like the metro in DC, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the metro.
But Amtrak, where you're going up the coast, is bad.
Yeah. Also, they just have these really shitty pleather seats that I don't like. That just stick to you when you're sweaty because, like, they don't have really good air conditioning either. And it's just like, this is sensation hell. I hate it. Yeah, Amtrak can suck my dick, frankly.
Scam track.
Literally, it's so expensive as well. It was like $60 to go on a 3-hour train ride up to New York.
Oof.
Yeah, and then like they had like a service card, but you know how over here it's like a little bit more expensive than what you get from like a regular supermarket or whatever. It's
We pay a fair bit, so
it was so bad. I had to pay like when I was like dehydrated and dying, I paid like I think it was only like $4 for a small bottle of water, which was like
man.
£3 almost.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, bro.
Yeah, this is why you're incentivized to have a water bottle that you fill up at home, and don't do that because also American bottled water is pretty garbage.
Yeah.
Tastes like plastic.
Blazed.
Dasani.
Oh, not even just Dasani. Like Aquafina, Deer Park. It's all crap because it all tastes like plastic and it doesn't really feel like it's hydrating you.
Ruby, you know what needs
He
to
isn't.
happen? You know what needs to happen?
What?
We need to show Erndil the Scottish tap water.
We have to show him the Scottish tap water.
We have to show him the Scottish tap water. It'll change
Here's
his
my
life.
question: is it bad or good?
It's some of the best on earth.
Neat.
It's pristine. Unfortunately, I have no access to it because I'm living in the south.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we got over here? If you go to Arizona, you get water that tastes like a pool.
Yeah, chlorinated.
Because they have to do that because the water table in Arizona is so unbelievably rife with bacteria that you have to do that, or else you will get a fascinating and painful stomach disease.
It'd be like the Oregon Trail with dysentery.
We had to get water filters in Arizona when we lived there, or else you just can't drink that water.
Hmm.
Thick.
Yeah, we got like hard water down here, don't we? It's like quite chalky.
Yeah, I'm in a hard water area.
Hard water.
Hard water. This
why is
best
your
water.
why is your water so hard? Get a filter.
I do. Still get
I
some hard
don't.
water.
We
But
don't do
also,
that around
it's
here.
good for you. It's good for you. Get your vitamins and minerals in it.
No, no, it's not, because that's also going to your kidneys, and it will form a funny little rock that you then have to remove by peeing.
I already
Pissing.
had my gallbladder removed.
No, different rocks.
I
Different
will.
rocks.
I want more rock.
Why do you want kidney stones? Don't do that.
Ruby's a freak. Freak of nature.
I still have mine from when it was removed.
Oh my
You
god.
shouldn't keep that.
No, because it was impressive. Like the entire thing had pierced my gallbladder.
Oh my
Rock.
gosh. Fucking hell. Oh,
I am a medical anomaly.
you genuinely are. Freakish thing. Man,
Ready to turn into Ludicolo now?
Ludicolo?
What do I even do now?
Just a
I
love
don't know.
of geology. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a lover of geology. Biological geology.
We call that biology.
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 Bibogi.
When you say, what are you going to do now, Sophie, this begs the question. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna continue.
Wow. Very, very brave choice.
Very
gonna,
cool.
gonna continue. But the problem is I do have a thing I need to do tomorrow, so I think I'll go for another 30 minutes or so.
It's fair enough.
I
What a
reckon.
shame.
Oh, you missed me.
It's been a
How
day.
sweet.
I work in radiology. I've not seen any rocks like that before. Not seen rocks in it.
It's been a day.
I'd have to go looking for it, but I could definitely get a bit. No, I won't do that. Not on stream.
Not on stream. Stop showing your body
No
rocks on
stream.
stream, mate.
Not allowed to show my cool rock collection.
Your cool body rock
That I
collection.
grew.
Myself.
I tried so hard at that, guys.
Team Fortress 2.
You playing Team Fortress 2?
No.
You saying Team Fortress 2 in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that the Shady Maple buffet would give me another one if I'm honest.
No, it wouldn't. They have lots of water there, which you're supposed to be drinking.
Yeah, they
They
also
also
have...
they actually have a lot of drinks that are available for you to get. They got like milk bars and all kinds of like
Yeah, the milk
sodas
bar.
and coffee.
We were discussing teas and coffees earlier, which you don't particularly enjoy, do you?
Yeah, I was
No,
telling
I
Ruby...
actually like, unless it's like a fruit forward sweet tea, I don't really like them at all. I don't understand your people's fucking fascination with
Yeah, and I was
brown
telling...
bitter juice.
It's caffeine and I need it or I don't function.
But
Skill
also,
issue,
like, a
I
nice
don't need
builder's
that.
tea... A nice builder's tea just tastes nice, to be fair.
Skill issue, I don't need caffeine.
I think you're the one with a skill issue here, because you can't adjust it, because you're weird.
I don't need to. I don't need energy. I don't need that caffeine.
Nah, I think you just have
It
a
is
skill issue.
probably an addiction at this point, but I'm not willing to quit.
Cringe.
Cringe. Fish.
Super cringe.
By the way,
But
baby, guess what? Baby, guess what?
Well,
I filed my my Twitch tax interview today, so now I'm officially going to be unlocking emotes soon and all that jazz.
wow.
Whoa. Speaking of abusing my kidneys and caffeine, I'm going to the servo to get an energy drink and a schnitzel gravy roll. You can get a schnitzel gravy roll at the fucking servo? What the fuck?
Oh, Australian again, mate.
I know. As soon as I see the word servo, I'm like, oh, it's bloody servo, mate. Bloody servo.
Does sound good though. It sounds like it will kill me, but it does sound good.
Yeah, boy. Servo food, mate. Yeah, my dad's Australian, so sometimes I just slip into the accent, you know.
No.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, mate. Yeah, man.
Arendelle experiencing life non-pizza left with left beef.
Life non-pizza with left. Now that's
I'm
a
fine.
reference.
Wow, thanks, Sophie. That's a reference.
Now
That's a
that's
lot
a
of references.
Now that's a
Scintillating
reference.
commentary, darling.
Listen, I'm very titillating, and you know this for real, though.
I'm gonna hook you up to a car battery. I'm gonna zap you.
But babe, I'm already electrifying. Hmm? The silence is
Man,
deafening.
I do be third wheeling here. What the fuck?
She's the one doing this.
Listen, if there's one thing...
She has no filter. It's honestly very frustrating.
Frustrating for you, maybe.
Yes.
I will say, there's one thing I do love doing, it's flirting with Arundel in front of people, because he gets a little bit flustered, and he doesn't really know what to do, and it's very cute. And he threatens to explode me.
I can hear the explosion happening. I'm sorry, Arundel. It is funny. And I will laugh at you.
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I'm doing other things.
Understandable. What are you doing?
Looking at Tumblr videos.
Oh.
Oh, show him the cat.
You showed the cat.
Oh yeah. You did
I'm
send me
stuck on
the
my hands
cat.
full of fucking resin right now. I can't show the cat.
True, actually. True.
Bro. Do you know how hard it is to work with resin?
It's pretty hard.
It's pretty fucking hard.
It's pretty fucking hard. We'll give it that. There you go, sweetie. Have a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, I got it on my thumb.
Now your thumb's gonna fall off. You're gonna die.
Well, it won't, but I certainly will lose a layer of skin, which isn't nice.
No. Are you not using gloves?
Hmm?
Are you not using gloves?
Because I'm just sealing things off? No.
Ah, fair. Meow. Okay, I'm liking how that chair's beginning to look because I'm using like a cool highlight with a warm mid-tone. That's pretty nice, I'll say.
It is pretty nice.
That's pretty nice, isn't it? Touch chemical directly. Not recommended, actually. Not recommended,
It
actually.
really isn't recommended.
It really isn't recommended.
I have damaged my skin probably permanently with some of the chemicals that I've used over the years.
Yeah, no, I'm a pussy when it comes to chemicals.
My hands are scarred to fuck, mate.
Scarred to fuck, mate.
But as a result, I can put my fucking fingers in fucking oil whilst it's boiling. So, you know.
Damn, that's pretty
Well, yeah, you
awesome.
would love to do that because you're British and you like frying things.
Don't particularly like frying things, actually.
Well, then stop boiling things in oil, then.
Boil you in oil.
Boil you.
Boil you, actually.
And I'll do that when my girlfriend stops loving schnitzel. And fried fish.
No, you've got to eat more fried food. You're British.
I don't like fried food.
That's pretty shameful.
I'm not ashamed of this.
You should be.
No,
I'm ashamed of you.
fine. Touch chemical, David.
Touch chemical.
So again.
Touch chemical.
Touch boiling oil chemical.
Touch boiling. Spoiling.
I mean, hey, it means I know when things are cooking proper.
Cooking your fingers so you can eat them.
You just bite on your fingers like a small child.
You know what I've got that'll trump everything here?
Go on.
Caterpillar on watermelon.
Let's see. Caterpillar on watermelon. Those are some catty
Can't believe
pillars.
that Ruby looked like this once.
I did. I truly did.
Actual baby photo of Ruby.
There's not a baby picture of me. I only have one sibling left.
Well, yeah, you ate the others.
Yeah, but that came after.
That came after.
Oh, so here's your spooky update. She is sausage now.
I'm glad she's doing better.
She is doing a lot better.
Yeah.
The seventh week of treatment. Would you believe it?
Sack of oatmeal.
She is a sack of oatmeal. She's the most expensive cat in the area, and she fell off the roof today.
No.
No.
She's fine.
No.
She's stupid, but she's fine.
How did she get on your roof?
How do you think?
I don't know. Why do you guys have a ladder going to your roof?
We don't have a ladder going to our roof.
Well, then why don't you fucking explain to me then?
It's a fucking... It's a flat roof. We have a window/door that opens onto it. It was open because it's been fucking hot as of late.
These bitches be out here being like, "Hey, how did this happen?" It's like, "Oh, how did that happen?" It's like, "Take a guess." I took a guess. Oh, the guess is wrong. Okay, I inter you into the earth like the Crypt Master.
What were you guessing? What were you guessing?
I gave you my guess, and you shot it down as though it was like, no, you're a fool. You're a fool. Why would you think? I did. I said, why do you guys have a ladder that goes up to your roof?
How many cats have you seen climb a ladder?
One. His name is Woody. He's small and shitty and rambunctious.
Woody.
You would hate it if anything happened to that cat. Why are you so mean to it?
Because I'm mean to everything that I love.
Yeah.
It's how I show my affection. It's you know those fuckers that are like, man, like if you put a baby near me, my brain is like, oh, it's so adorable, rip it in half. It's like, well, why?
Can't confirm.
Organic brain sees adorable thing. You feel an intense urge that you must keep to yourself about how you wish to grind it into dust with your hands.
Can confirm he does want to rip me in half. I like
how the neotony gene does not work on you. You will just murder.
I won't. I don't, as a matter of fact. But it's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
It's just a feeling, you know.
I don't have time for this. I'm posting James Townsend and Son.
Oh. Man.
Making boba.
Making resin boba. So, okay, so...
I'm now using polymer clay to save myself time and my lungs.
Hell yeah. Also, I'm just thinking... I need to sort of get a reference for how the staff works, and I also need a reference for
I haven't
Mr. Cement.
Speaker on that. I don't know what to tell you.
Speaker! But I am liking how the skeleton chair is looking. He's looking very dead.
Like Goya painting.
He does look like a Goya painting, and it's very epic. I just need to...
Goya and his fucked up skulls.
He does very good skulls. Kind of round that up a little bit.
Shit, is that all of them? It is all of them. Right, I'm going to be off for a second. I need to go and get my metal tray.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, I think that'll be good for now. I'm liking how the colours are beginning to look. It's like weirdly warm but cool. Desire to consume like Goya painting, yes. Very good. Also, holy shit! Holy shit, everyone!
What?
69 followers!
Oh, fuck!
Oh, fuck! Let's go! Thank you, everybody.
Go.
And you know what? I think it's a pretty good point to end on, personally speaking.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
Yeah, my finger's hurting, so I
Yes,
think it's a
fair
good point to stop.
Take a break.
But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. And we've been going for almost 4 hours, which is crazy.
Lovely talking with you all.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's been
Thanks for
lovely.
listening to my mad ramblings.
Yes, it's been very lovely. I loved it when you talked about Transformer.
It's one of several hyperfixations. Please do ask about the others.
Maybe
Little
next time.
bruise.
I'd love to. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining. You guys have a great time, and we're gonna raid someone. Let us see who we got. Let's see who's on. Let's see who's on.
Zoran is alive.
Zoran's alive. Froggy's alive. Veggie's alive. Oh, he's playing Fez for the first time. I think we're probably gonna do. I think we're probably gonna do Veggie, guys.
We're gonna go with veg.
I think we're gonna go with Veg.
Away we go.
All right.
Got to torture Ruby with food, and that's what matters. Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
All right. Now what do we?
It's not gonna happen again.
Now what do we say? What do we say, everybody? In our little chat message.
We are all going to Shady Maple.
We are all going to Shady Maple. I think that's a good one. Thanks for the suggestion,
Okay, well,
sweetie.
I like that.
So capitals, we are all going to Shady Maple. Alrighty. Let us go. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good evening.
Lovely
Goodbye.
meeting you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Damn, that bar takes a while to go down.
It does.
Woo. Well, thank you for having me. That
Yeah.
was